Bennett in motion. Fake handoff. Sikora under a rush. Looking. Lobbing. Caught! Caught for two! Caught for two!
In the pistol again. 3 receivers, 2 backs. He takes it. He'll pitch it out to McKee. McKee running. McKee breaks 2 tackles. Now he's off and loose. Here he goes. McKee across the 30. Defender falls down. McKee's going to score. Touchdown, Keystone.
37-yard line. There's going to be a handoff. No, it's a play action. It's wide open over the middle. It's Wilhelm. It's at the 40, and he's breaking free all the way down the middle of the field to 10 to 5. Ryan Wilhelm goes in for the touchdown. A beautiful play call on the play action, and Buckeye strikes first. It's 6-0.
Buddy, who gave you our premier Taste of Highland, sponsored by Pine Valley Golf Club.
Well, normally when you say it's the end of summer, it brings up sadness, brings up thoughts of colder weather and back to school and all the things that people don't like to think about. But when we talk about the end of the summer, the number one thing that I think about is high school football season, and it has arrived. You are looking live, if you're watching now, at Highland Hornets High School, North Gateway Tire Field, where we are kicking off week 1 with an absolute slobber knocker of a football game between the Highland Hornets and the Walsh Jesuit Warriors, 2 teams that were in the Elite 8 in the playoffs in Division II last year, and they are starting things off with a battle this year here at Highland High School. You are hopefully joining us on the YouTube channel, the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel, where you will be able to catch all of these Medina County matchups all season long. So if you had fun listening to us in the past, get ready, because we're still going to be the same fun listen, but you're going to be able to watch the game along, and you can call us out on all our mistakes that we make. Hey, before we get into it, I want to thank our sponsors for tonight, Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, Route 57 on East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. Stewart's TV and Appliance, 468 Cleveland Street in Elyria. Mallard Creek Golf Club on Route 82 in Columbia Station. Mike Bass Ford, I-90 at Detroit Exit 148, a great deal and a great deal more. Jay's Auto Place, serving the Wadsworth community with quality, honesty, and care. And Eco Tree Services, your complete tree care company. This is the Nick Abraham Auto Mall pregame show, brought to you by the Nick Abraham Auto Mall on the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Michael Keefe here, getting ready to bring you this call alongside my broadcast partner, Chad Meyer. Chad, year 16 here, doing this, the two of us on this Medina County matchup. This just feels like home. Welcome back, buddy.
Yeah, same to you, bud. I mean, year 14 for me, and I always love doing this matchup, right? Because there's a lot of good football down here in Medina County, and Highland is the cream of the crop down here. You know, you had the years with Medina, but every year Highland is just always there. They don't, they lost a lot of talent from last year, but this is a program that has built up enough to where they just reload, and I expect nothing less here for the Hornets this year, as they got another fast and physical football team ready to go here against a big-time opponent.
And it's always fun. You've got a team, Highland, Wadsworth. Feel pretty darn good about those teams looking pretty darn good this year. Mm-hmm. But I'm very excited. Brunswick's going to look a little bit different. New head coach there. We're familiar with him from Lorain.
Yeah.
Medina, who knows? Yeah, they can't. They're so big they can't be in the doldrums for too long. And Larry Laird, I don't think we're going to let that happen.
No.
Buckeye and Greg Dennison are going to be just a force over there. And then, again, you just don't know. Cloverleaf, we were talking about them. They've got a quarterback that can sling the ball a little bit. So excited to see them, which we will see, I think, maybe next week. I just had the schedule. Black River under Kyle Clark. You never know with them. But, man, they tend to be pretty good most years. So this Medina County football down here is just, it's fun, and that's part of the reason I love it too, Chad. There's only 7 teams for us to cover down here, so we really get to know these squads. Like tonight, we get to know Mike Gibbons, and we get to know Jonathan Bailey, the athletic director here at Highland, and it's just all great guys, great people that run these programs, and it's just a pleasure covering it.
Yeah, we built a lot of good relationships with the staffs and the players down here, and that's part of the reason why it's so much fun coming back every year, right? I mean, we saw Coach Gibbons earlier in pregame when we were throwing the football around a little bit, Mike. Just a big smile on his face, just happy for us to be back here doing the Medina County matchup, and this is his first season without his dad here, and he's kind of channeling that energy tonight. You know, he told us his dad is just going to say, get after it, right? It's a big game, have some fun, take some risks, and that's what this game is all about. That's just one of the microcosms of how much fun it is down here in Medina County football.
Well, listen, these two programs, we talked about it with Highland before Coach Gibbons. It was Coach Lombardo, who's up at St. Ed's now, but I said this is my 16th year. Highland has been an elite level program every year that I have been calling games here in Medina County. And then on the other side, Walsh had some up and down years over the past couple of decades, but they bring in Nick Alexander, their head coach, and ever since they had a rough year, I think they were like 2-8 his first year.
Yeah.
Boom. They are a contender. They were in the Final Four. They won the region. They beat Hoban to win the region. You know what it takes to do that last year. And we've got two teams here that were in that Elite Eight of Division II, which last year was probably the best division in all of high school football here in Ohio, and they're taking each other on. You know the stakes are high. You could tell by talking to the coaches before the game, Chad. They are absolutely fired up for this one.
For sure. I mean, these are two coaches that know each other very well. These are two programs that are very similar in the ways that they play. Heck, it even goes down to Emmett Tobin is the cousin of head coach Mike Gibbons. Like, that's how close these two teams are related as far as from a football standpoint. So there's a little bit of extra motivation tonight. There's a little bit of extra pep in each of these team steps, and you could tell that again by talking to both these coaches in pregame how excited they were to play this game, because this is a measuring stick for both their teams. Right? Again, they lost. Both of these teams lost a lot of talent this past offseason, so it's really going to give them a chance to see where they are as a program right off the bat here in Week 1.
And we talked about it. Both teams have to replace, especially offensively, a lot of weapons. You look at Highland, you're not going to hear Casey Meiser's name.
No,
it feels ludicrous that you're not going to hear Casey Meiser, a guy that ran for like 2,500 yards and scored 20-plus touchdowns last year. You're not going to hear Grady Gibbs' name, the quarterback that was so good for them last year. Nick Dubkowski, these names that have been so familiar to us, they got to find ways for kids to step up and replace that. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. What we're going to do is take our first break here of the Nick Abraham Auto Mall pregame show, and we will be back right after this here on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease the 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
And welcome back out to the Nick Abraham Automotive pregame show here at Highland High School. Michael Keefe, Chad Meyer joining you on the call here on WEOL through the Chronicle Telegram YouTube's channel. The YouTube channel.
The YouTubes is?
Hey, what's this YouTubes we've been talking about?
The YouTube.
Whose tube?
We're doing it for the children's.
We're doing it for whose tube is this? No, we are very excited. And Chad, as we were just talking about before that last break, so they could play the national anthem. But we talked about the talent that Highland has to replace, but not to be outdone, is Walsh, who Milan Paris, we got to see him in that state semifinal game when Avon took on this Walsh team. Milan Paris took the opening kickoff for a touchdown. He's now playing football for the Miami Hurricanes. We talked about Marty Tobin, their running back, ran for about as many yards and touchdowns as Casey Miser did here at Highland. The advantage, if you want to look for one, may be in the fact that David Ternosky, their outstanding senior quarterback, is back. But again, this is not an offense super predicated on throwing the ball. They like to run the ball. They're pretty balanced, and he's coming off a Tommy John surgery. So you talked about it being a measuring stick, Chad. I think that's exactly the way to phrase this. These two teams don't even know exactly what they have at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the one advantage, like you said, and I think this is the biggest advantage probably between the two teams, is David Ternosky is back. Like, yes, he did have Tommy John surgery, but he was allotted the full time to recover before he came back. So it's going to be interesting to see the kind of zip he has on the football. But the one thing that the injury doesn't take away is decision-making, right? It's leadership. It's timing with the football. It's command of the huddle. Like, there's so many other things that having a veteran quarterback at the helm for yourself, especially at back from a state Final Four team, is going to give you all the advantage in the world, because you know he's seen it all, right? He's been through the battles. He's not going to make the mistakes. He's not going to force the football into spots where it shouldn't go. So I mean, if you're talking about, we're going to get the keys of the game for a minute, but if I'm the Highland Hornets, you got to disrupt him often, and you got to disrupt him early, because if you let him get into a rhythm, he's going to kill you, as you saw last year with his performance, even with the injury that was causing them to have Tommy John surgery, taking this Walsh Jesuit Warrior team to the state Final Four. So Ternosky is definitely kind of the key cog between these two teams tonight.
And on the other side, you got a starting quarterback in Johnny Pruka that wasn't even on the depth chart at quarterback for Highland last year. I do think he got a little bit of time, but he really wasn't a focus for them. Johnny Pruka is going to get his first start, and we heard, through Coach Gibbons and talking with him before the game, with all the talent that they lost, they're going to maybe look to switch things up a little bit. And he said, maybe keep your eye on number 3, who we have listed as one of their top wide receivers, Anthony DePompey, hitting the backfield and maybe run a little wildcat back there as well. So things getting a little creative and a little shifty over here on the Highland side. And I think that's interesting because they have operated like clockwork year in and year out. And now they're looking to switch things up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really so much. Again, we talked about how Highland doesn't rebuild, they reload. This is more of that they don't have the horses. It's just using their horses in a different way, right? Because they don't have that bell cow this year. But when you look at Johnny Pruka and this wide receiver group, they've been building chemistry ever since they've been playing in Pee Wee football. So this is Coach Gibbons using the personnel that he has to play to their strengths. So I'm not surprised to see them switching up the offense a little bit to really fit the style of talent that he has. But it's certainly going to be different to watch because, like you said, Mike, Highland's worked like clockwork for the past 14 years that we've been covering them. So it's going to be odd to see them running a different offense, but maybe it's going to be a little bit more exciting as well.
Well, listen, two teams offensively that were powerhouses last year, a lot of new faces. Two teams defensively that were absolute powerhouses last year, and they're taking each other on right here. Week 1 Medina County matchup, and it doesn't get better than Highland and Walsh. We're going to come back right after this break. We'll have our Network Land Title Agency keys to the game, and we'll wrap up the Nick Abraham Automall pregame show before it is time for Kickoff here in Week 1. You are listening to WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube page.
At Nick Abraham Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit NetworkLandTitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Lorain County has a story every day. Make sure you don't miss it. From breaking news and high school sports to schools, business, and community events, the Chronicle has it all. Stay connected to your neighbors and your home team with coverage that matters most to you. Don't just hear about Lorain County, know Lorain County. Subscribe today at chroniclet.com/subscribe and get the news that keeps you in the know. The Chronicle Telegram, Lorain County's largest newspaper.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
And welcome back out to the Nick Abraham Auto Mall pregame show. Again, brought to you by the Nick Abraham Auto Mall on the corner of Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Michael Keefe, Chad Meyer joining you here as we get ready for this matchup between the Walsh Jesuit Warriors and the Highland Hornets. A matchup that came together a little bit later. A matchup when something fell through because somebody was scheduled to play a team in Pennsylvania and their schedule got all messed up. And I think it was pretty cool that these guys called each other. And again, some schools just run away from stuff like this, but these two teams, two of the last 8 standing, and Walsh in the Final Four last year, called each other and said, "We're going to do this week 1," and they laughed, and they were like, "Of course we are. Of course we're doing this," and we get to be witness to the matchup. And by way of that, so do you here from WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel as Mike Gibbons leads the Highland Hornets out onto the field. Now it's time for us to get into the Network Land Title Agency Keys to the Game, brought to you by Network Land Title Agency, the best in title and escrow services. Chad Meyer, Keys to the Game.
Well, if you're looking we'll start with the Highland Hornets here. You know, if you're Highland offensively, I think you want to get out to a quick start, a fast start. This is a veteran Walsh Jesuit defense that they are bringing back. And when you have a brand new quarterback that supposedly, like I said, we're supposed to see them sling it, you definitely want to get him some quick passes, some quick completions, get him into a rhythm, take some shots downfield, maybe go tempo. I would love to see them go tempo to open up the game, because I think a fast start's important for a lot of these brand new faces on this Highland Hornet offense. Defensively, again, if you're Highland, it's all about upsetting Ternosky. You got to disturb him. You got to get him off his spot. You have to pressure him often and early so he doesn't get into that rhythm, right? On the other side, if you're Walsh Jesuit, defensively, you got a brand new quarterback here in Johnny Pruka, right? It's kind of the same principles apply to them defensively. You want to disrupt him. You want to get him off his spot because it's a brand new quarterback. First ever varsity action, first ever varsity start. If you can get him rattled early, I think that's going to bode well for Walsh Jesuit. Offensively, again, Ternosky is just has to play smart, right? He has some really good weapons in Sam Weber and Campbell Land on the outside, and Dom Quartet and Mason Rogers running the football. So it's a well-balanced, very talented offense. Take your shots, take your risks, because Highland it tends to get a little over-aggressive sometimes defensively. They can force themselves into some bad penalties, into some pass interferences. So you take your shots down the field, they're either going to get completed or you risk Highland putting themselves in bad spots when it comes to penalties. So take your shots if you're this Walsh Jesuit offense. Disturb Pruka on defense. Highland, get off to a fast start offensively. Do not let Ternosky get settled into this game.
Well, it is a beautiful night here. Again, those keys to the game brought to you by Network Land Title Agency. It's a perfect night here as the teams have made it out, and you can see it's a half hour or less between these two schools. And that was one of the things Nick Alexander, the head coach of Walsh, said to us. We had a chance to play a team of this caliber, and it's only about a half hour away from where we're at. We're taking that. And so the crowd, you can see it if you're watching on the YouTube channel here. It's a good crowd from Walsh, still filtering in. The parking lots are packed. They had a cool little kind of food truck atmosphere outside, and the stands over here on the Highland side are absolutely jammed as Highland is going to send their kicking team out, and it's going to be the Walsh Jesuit Warriors that are going to start things off on offense. So kicking things off for Highland as we get ready is going to be Jonah Kauza, the senior. He is an outstanding kicker. So if you get a chance to see him do his thing, whether it's not just the kickoffs, but field goals, extra points, all that, Jonah Kauza is a spectacular kicker. Back to return, Caden Levert and Xavier Steele for the Walsh Jesuit Warriors as we get ready, Chad. We're here. We've made it. We are. The teams are on the field.
Jonah Kauza, one of the premier kickers in the area. So, yeah, Mike's right. If you ever get a chance to see him do his thing, this will be touchbacks galore. Heck, he might even be able to put it through the uprights, which I have been a big proponent of. If you're able to do that on a kickoff, give him a point.
Give him a point.
Call it a rouge.
Canada would do that.
Canada would definitely do that. Mike, how was your buffalo chicken wrap, speaking of the food trucks?
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. All right, so the ball is teed up. The referees are in place. The fans are excited. The teams are jumping around. And it's time for our first kickoff from Eco Tree Services. All kickoffs brought to you by your trusted tree care company, Eco Tree Services. Jonah Cows has got it teed up. The long off season is over. Highland is getting ready to kick it away. Kauza steps into it, and we are underway here at Highland High School. The ball sails out of the back of the end zone, as you said, Chad, and it's going to be Walsh taking over with a touchback. And let's talk about those starters offensively for Walsh Jesuit. David Ternosky, we talked about him, the senior quarterback. His recovery from Tommy John is key. Up in front of him are going to be 2 juniors and 3 seniors in the offensive line from left to right. Owen Pelkowski, Paul Haversott, Joe Garasek, Sean Murphy, and Logan Gibson. And then the skill positions, Dom Courtaud's going to run the ball a lot for Walsh. You may even see a little Mason Rogers, Sam Barrett, Campbell Land, and Nick Alexander was so excited about Campbell Land. Cameron Brunson and Caden Levert are going to be the weapons on the outside. So here comes David Ternosky. Ball spotted at the 20-yard line. 1st and 10, Walsh. He takes it. He's going to hand the ball off. This should be Dom Courtaud right up the middle, and they plow through a big hole. Courtaud still fighting forward across the 30, and he fights down to the 32-yard line as that big offensive line does something you don't see a lot against Highland. They open a big hole there for Courtaud.
Yeah, that big offensive line right between guard and the tackle there. Courtaud just took it, ran angry, ran physical, broke a couple of tackles, just shedding Hornet defenders and getting some extra yardage for the first down for Walsh. So a good, powerful run there by Courtaud, and I have a feeling that's how he likes to run the football. So we'll see more of that all the game.
Courtaud stays in the backfield with Ternosky. 3 receivers left, 1 far side to the right.
Boy, sure easy to spot Campbell Land in the slot there.
Yes, sure is. Ternosky takes the snap. He's going to throw. He's looking right now. He rolls out to his left, fires off to his left, and it's errant throw, incomplete. He was looking for Sam Barrett. And first pass attempt for Ternosky after his surgery falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, all the time in the world there, rolling out to his left. It is a tough throw for quarterbacks, especially at the high school level, to throw across your body on an out route. But that ball didn't even come close to Sam Barrett. He was wide open. Ternosky just short-hopped it.
And the size on that offensive line, 6'5", 280, 6'1", 280, 5'11", 245, 6'3", 250, 6'1", 240. These Highland defenders have got to be ready. 2nd down and 10, ball at the Walsh 32-yard line. Ternosky stands in the shotgun, 2 receivers to each side. He takes it. It's going to be a design run, and he's wrapped up in the backfield. Did the ball come back? No, the ball stayed in there, but he gets wrapped up. Yeah, look at it. It looked like the ball came out. The coaches here in Highland are all pointing the other way, but they're saying Ternosky was down, and it was no gain. Back to the line of scrimmage, 3rd down and 10 upcoming for Walsh.
Yeah, Spencer Marquise did a great job coming off his block there and coming around that left edge and coming down the line of scrimmage to get a hand on Ternosky and not letting him go and stopping him for no gain, forcing Walsh Jesuit into a 3rd and long here.
Evan Faust also shot through there like a rocket. And again, we talked to both coaches, and they both brought up Evan Faust, a guy that's played here pretty much all 4 years, and he made a big play there as well. 3rd down and 10 upcoming for Walsh's opening drive, 10:36 to go here in the first quarter. Ternosky in the shotgun takes the snap. He drops back. Quick drop. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire over the middle, and that ball's caught over the 45, over the 50, trying to break through, and finally brought down at the Highland 40-yard line. Cameron Brunson, the freshman, with a nice play there, a perfect throw by Ternosky, and that's a huge play on 3rd and 10.
Boy, Highland had that well covered, and usually when that happens, a coverage sack is abound, but Cameron Brunson did a nice job of settling down in that zone. Ternosky went through all of his options, found Brunson over the middle for a nice completion there, and Walsh Jesuit's inside Highland territory for the first time tonight.
A big pickup there. Again, when you see 2 teams like this going at it, we get so used to watching Highland here on the Medina County matchup. Not a lot of teams pick up 3rd and 10s against the Hornets, but Walsh did it right there. Now we've got a flag that comes in.
I think they got a timeout before the flag.
Let's see what we got here.
I think it was going to be an illegal substitution or too many men for Walsh, and Nick Coach Alexander called the timeout.
And I think that's what they're going to do. Maybe. Yeah, they're going to give him the timeout. Yeah. So Walsh is going to take a timeout. We're going to take a timeout. This is Highland versus Walsh Jesuit on WEOL right here on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Looking for a dependable vehicle without the hassle? Make the smart choice with Jay's Auto Sales in Wadsworth. Since 1986, Jay's has believed in transparent pricing, professional service, and building long-term relationships with every customer. Each vehicle is thoroughly inspected, backed by a 30-day, 1,500-mile warranty, and supported by a family-owned team that treats you with honesty and respect. Visit Jay's Auto Sales on High Street in Wadsworth or browse their inventory online at jaysautosalesinc.net. Experience the difference at Jay's Auto Sales.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
And welcome on back here. Highland versus Walsh. Walsh with the football out of the timeout, and they ran a play in the timeout as we were coming back to you. It was a handoff to Dom Cortati. He broke through a couple arm tackles there and wound up picking up 5 yards down to the Highland 36-yard line. So this Walsh drive continues to march forward.
Big guy there, 5'11", 210. Going to have to wrap him up tonight if you want to bring him down.
Spread formation now for Walsh. 2 receivers right, 3 near side here to the left. Tarnowski takes the snap. Now he's getting pressured. He's going to fire it. We're going to get a holding in the backfield as he just fires it out of bounds. But Highland there was able to get some pressure. And again, who else but Evan Faust was really pushing his way through. And Walsh had no choice but to hold him, so this should back Walsh up 10 yards.
I want to give Tarnowski credit here because I wanted to go back to that 3rd and 10 completion, Mike. I mean, and even there, even though he didn't have anybody open and Highland had that well covered, the patience that he showed in the pocket on both of those dropbacks, Mike, that's just the mark of a veteran quarterback, an experienced quarterback that you have. He made the right decision after nobody was open and threw the ball away and lived to fight another day. But unfortunately for Walsh, it's the first penalty of the game. It's going to be a holding call, but it's. You got to get to Tarnowski earlier than that because he's going to sit there until somebody comes open.
Well, and this is we're going to see, and it's really going to be the defensive backfield for Highland that's going to have to really step up. It was a really good defensive backfield last year, and they lost a lot of players. So here in a 2nd and 15, Walsh is going to try to pick up a big chunk. Tarnowski takes a snap. Now he's just going to quarterback keep it, and he's got a big hole. He's across the 30, runs into a safety, and plows forward down to the 27-yard line. Just a designed run to Tarnowski, a big hole opened in front of him, and he took advantage. They needed 15. They got much more than that, and it's a first down for Walsh.
Perfect play call there, Mike. I mean, Highland was expecting pass all the way just to gain some of the yardage back, and it was a design quarterback draw, and he found a seam up the middle and was off to the races. So a great job there by Tarnowski, showing some elusiveness, too, and getting the first down, and Walsh is almost in the red zone here.
He needed 15. They got 19. First down and 10, Walsh at the Highland 27-yard line, 8:30 to go here in the first quarter. Tarnowski stands in the shotgun, 2 running backs back there with him. One, Don Cortad. He's got it. He's going to plow forward across the 25 down near the 22. That's another 5 yards for Dom Cortad. And now this drive is going to hit the 4-minute mark as Walsh Jesuit really just controlling things here with their offense, and something that's not surprising.
Yeah, not surprising at all. I mean, with the size that they have up front, 3 returning starters, 2 making their first start, Coach Alexander pointed out to us, but they're getting such a good push up front right now. I mean, he's going to take 4, 5, 6 yards a crack all game, and that's going to allow him to 2 clock, allow him to have long sustained drives, which is what they're doing here on the opening drive.
So Walsh has overcome a 3rd and 10, and then they overcame a holding penalty, and now they're facing a 2nd and 5 from the Highland 22-yard line. Tarnowski takes it, hands it to Cortad. He's off the right side, and he's going to get brought down right at the 20-yard line, which is going to make it 3rd down and 3, and that is going to put Walsh Jesuit into the red zone, which is brought to you here by Stewart's TV and Appliance on Cleveland Street in Elyria.
Yeah, Wyatt Sitz did a nice job there of holding Cortad to a minimal gain, coming off his block and getting his arms around Cortad. Again, you cannot arm tackle Dom Cortad. He's going to run right through it. Getting his arms around him, bringing him down for a short gain and forcing a 3rd down here.
As the drive hits 5 minutes. Clock ticks down to 7 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Opening drive of the game. And Walsh now in the red zone. 3rd down and a long 2 for the Warriors. Tarnowski in the shotgun. They bring in a big package. Only 2 receivers in the game. Tarnowski's going to keep it. He goes up the middle. He's got a hole, and he's going to come up short of the first down marker by about a yard. He's down to the 18-yard line, but again, it's a long 2, and he didn't quite get there. And actually they think they marked it now 3rd and 3. So that's going to make it 4th down and 1 for Walsh. And now Highland's got a chance to really make a statement. Walsh drove all the way down the field. Does Highland have a play in him to stop Walsh from getting a yard?
Yeah, Evan Faust come up. Nice job clogging up the middle there and holding him to just short of the sticks. Big Calvin Brunson, Mike. You see him all over the internet. Freshman, 6'5", 330-pound lineman coming in for Walsh now, looking to get the jumbo package in there just in a short yardage situation.
So they got the big package in. Dernosky in the shotgun. Mike Gibbons is going to want to talk this over as he's going to take Highland's first timeout of the game, and we'll take another quick timeout. Again, 6:08 to go here in the first quarter. It's a scoreless game. It's 4th down coming up right after this on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
And here we are back again, Highland High School. We're only about 5 minutes into the season, and we've got a huge play coming up. Walsh has marched the ball all the way down the field. They have converted on a couple big 3rd downs, but now they're facing a 4th down, 4th and 1 in the red zone. They've got the ball at the Highland 18-yard line, and now Highland's got a chance to make a play to turn them over on downs. Let's see what Coach Gibbons came up with defensively during that timeout. Ternosky stands in the shotgun. He's got Cortad and Mason Rogers with him back there, and it's a big package. Only one wide receiver. They've got extra tight ends and linemen in. 4th and 1. Snap is back. It's a quarterback keeper. He's going to run. He doesn't get it. He's still fighting. He's still fighting, and he's not going to get it.
Wow.
Highland steps up, and they make a play, and they turn Walsh Jesuit over on downs. And just like that, a beautiful drive by Walsh comes up short.
Mike, the low man won on that game, right? We talked about the size, or in that down, we talked about the size of Walsh Jesuit, getting that push up front. Undersized Highland gets low enough, doesn't find any running lanes, and stops Ternosky, and a turnover on downs. What a way to end that drive for that Highland defense, as it looked like Walsh Jesuit was just going to march right down the field and score. Highland comes up with the first big defensive play of the season. Now we get to see this Highland offense.
So now it's a new-look Highland offense. Johnny Pruka is going to lead them out, 6'1", 185-pound senior. He's going to have 3 receivers to his right, 1 to the left, and he's going to have Colton Winston in the backfield with him. Pruka awaits the snap. He fumbles it. Ball's on the ground. Ball's still loose, and I think Highland falls on it. They do. Coming out of the pile with it is Caleb Buckner, and disaster strikes for the Highland Hornets as after the big defensive stop, they fumble the first snap. Pruka couldn't hang on to it, and now Walsh is going to take over inside the 20-yard line all the way down at the 12.
Well, just as you gain momentum, you lose it, Micah, right back on the first play. Pruka, the snap was a little low, but not low enough to where Pruka shouldn't have been able to handle that. And it just, like you said, Mike, disaster for Highland, and Walsh gets the ball right back.
So one play into this new look offense for Highland, and they give the ball right back to Walsh, and that's something you're not going to be able to do in this game, especially in this situation where, again, Walsh is now right back in the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone. They've got it, and it's going to be a run play, and there's plenty of room down to the 10-yard line, but a really good tackle there by, I think that was Ben Radigan on the outside, as Dom Cortad was looking to get the outside, and Radigan made a great tackle to stop him for just a gain of 2.
Yeah, Radigan, nice job coming up from his defensive back position, and like I said, he's Dom Cortad's a running back that you have to wrap and bring him down. If you try to arm tackle him, he'll run right through it. That time Radigan got his arms around, perfect, actually a pretty good form tackle there for bringing him down for a short gain.
So 2nd down and 8, balls at the 10-yard line. 5:20 to go, first quarter. Walsh with it after Highland. Oh, and we're going to get another penalty, and I think no timeout this time. This will be a penalty against Walsh, another substitution infraction, as this will back Walsh up, and that'll be the stuff that's just, you can see it already on Nick Alexander over on the far sideline. This will just eat him alive when you're at 2nd and 8 from the 10, and now you back yourself up 5 yards. That's tough.
Yeah, the procedural stuff is what really frustrates coaches, right? If you don't know how to get lined up, right? If you're not substituting correctly, offsides, right, false starts, like the procedural discipline type penalties, it drives coaches crazy. So I'm sure Nick Alexander's going to have a problem with that.
So the 5-yard penalty will make it 2nd down and 13. Ball's at the 15-yard line. Walsh with it. Again, they were turned over on downs on their last possession, but they got the ball back on Highland's first play. A fumble by quarterback Johnny Pruka. And now Walsh trying to take advantage. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Ternosky stands in the shotgun. He takes a snap. It's low. He goes down and gets it. Now he's looking to throw. Still looking. He gets hit as he throws. The ball's up towards the end zone, and it falls incomplete. Good coverage back there as he was looking for Campbell Land, the 6'4", 215-pounder. But good coverage makes it 3rd and 13.
Yeah, good coverage there. Throw was a little bit behind Land, but it was a good coverage by the safety there for the Highland Hornets. In Brady Miser. Oh, we got another Miser on this team, Mike.
Nightmares.
He was good coverage there, was able to get a hand on Land to disrupt the pass, and another 3rd and long upcoming here for Walsh. We'll see if Ternosky has the patience to make another big gain.
They converted on one that it did not look like they were going to convert on earlier in the game on their first drive. Let's see if they have another rabbit in the hat. 3rd and 13 from the 15-yard line of Highland in the red zone. Walsh looking to punch it in. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Ternosky in the shotgun with Courtad. He takes a step. He's looking left. He's floating left. He's got a man inside the 5. Did he get enough for the first down? Let's see where he spotted. No. He's going to come up a yard short down to the 3-yard line as it was Sam Barrett that went up and got the ball. Made a nice catch, but he came up a yard short, so it's 4th down and 1, and here we go again. Does Highland have another 4th and 1 stop in him?
Yeah, Ternosky's going to stay on the field.
Oh, yeah.
Again, another patient play. I mean, I think Coach Alexander, every pass that they've attempted has been over the middle so far, so I think they can take advantage of that, so Highland's going to have to adjust. But here we go, another 4th and 1. Does Highland have a big stop? We'll see.
Here we go. Ball at the 3-yard line. They need the 2 for a first. Ternosky sends 2 receivers to the right. Now he puts a man in motion. Tries to get Highland to jump off sides, but they stay on side, so now they're going to look over for a play. 4th down, and the play clock ticking down. It's down to 0, and we're going to get a flag as we're going to get a delay of game, and I think that's exactly what Walsh was doing.
Yeah.
Walsh is going to go for the field goal. They tried to get him to jump, but they almost did.
I thought he did come over the line, but must not have, and Walsh is going to kick a field goal here to get 3.
Delay a game on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat.
Just a better angle for his field goal kicker.
Here comes kicker Oliver Nano, the junior, 5'9", 165-pounder, looking to score the first points of the season for Walsh Jesuit. 3:59 to go here in the first quarter. It's a scoreless game, and really it's been Walsh Jesuit with the ball pretty much the whole time, minus 1 play. So they'll spot the ball at the 15-yard line. It's a 25-yard attempt. Waiting on the snap. It is back. Ball is down. Kick is up. And the kick is good. And Walsh Jesuit is on the board first. After all that, they come away with 3. Probably not exactly what they want, but they'll take the points anyways. 3:55 to go here in the first quarter. It's Walsh 3, Highland nothing. We'll be back with more here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
Mike Bass Ford. Experience the convenience of buying from Mike Bass Ford, just a short drive from anywhere.
I work and fly out of Hopkins every week. It only takes me 27 minutes to get to Mike Bass Ford. I'm downtown and I'm only 25 minutes from Mike Bass Ford.
I'm in Sandusky and I'm only 30 minutes away from Mike Bass Ford.
All roads lead to Mike Bass Ford. I-90 at Detroit, exit 148.
You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford.
3:55 to go here in the first quarter from Highland High School. Michael Keefe, Chad Meyer on the call as Walsh Jesuit takes a 3-0 lead on a 25-yard field goal by Oliver Nono. And now they will boot it away, and this will go through the end zone. And again, that kickoff, as all of our kickoff, are brought to you by EcoTree Services, your trusted tree care company. And now here comes Highland. They have had the ball for 1 play. We are over 8 minutes into this first quarter. Highland's had the ball for 1 play, and what happened on that 1 play? The snap went back, and Johnny Pruka couldn't handle it. The ball hit the ground, and Walsh recovered. And so now the offense is going to have to show a little resiliency. But that's a trademark of a Mike Gibbons team. So we'll see how they bounce back. They'll come out in a pistol formation. 2 receivers near side right, 1 far side to the left. Pruka stands back there with Colton Winston. He takes the snap. He's got it. Hands it to Winston. He bounces right. Then he tries to go up left. And Walsh is waiting for him out at the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. Give him a gain of 2. And it'll be 2nd down and 8. It's just so weird to watch. We got used to watching Casey Miser. What was he, like 6'3", 220 pounds?
Yeah.
Big, huge guy. He's playing baseball at Ohio University.
Right.
And, hey, I hope Colton Winston has himself a season. 5'9", 190. It just looks different.
It looks very different.
Pruka in the pistol again on 2nd down and 8. Play action. Pruka drops back. He's looking to throw. He's going to fire to the near side, and he's looking for a man, but the throw was short. There was contact. Highland wants a flag. They were looking for Anthony DePompe, but the throw was just too short that you can't call a flag on that. You can't call a penalty on that. It's just good defense, and the throw came up short. It's incomplete. It's 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, DePompe kind of overran that a little bit, had to adjust to it if he was going to have a chance to catch it. And that's why a lot of the Highland fans and Highland football team wanted a flag, but the throw was not there. 3rd and long upcoming.
3:18 to go, 3rd down and 9. Now Highland facing a long 3rd down on their first real possession of the game. Pruka, play action. He gets rushed, throws it out to the left. It's completed. It's a little screen out to the middle. Now a fumble again, and Highland takes it again. Oh, my gosh, offensive disaster for Highland, as it actually looked like that had a shot to be a decent play. I don't think it was going to get to the 1st down marker, but Ben Radigan caught the screen. He tried to come on the inside, and the ball got scraped out of his hands. And just like that, Walsh is going to take over right at the Highland 25-yard line.
Yeah, big Emmett Tobin, the leader on this defense, put a helmet right in his numbers and jarred the ball loose and was able to force the fumble again. And Walsh is going to start with incredible field position after Highland's 2nd turnover of the game. The old adage it goes here, Mike. You can't turn the ball over this much and expect to win football games. So Highland's going to have to take care of the football a lot better going forward.
All right, so a little timeout here as the line judge on the far side had the ball down at the 26-yard line. They marked it at the 25, so they'll have to reset the chains here. But it's a very, very rough start here for the Highland offense.
Yes.
2 possessions, 2 fumbles, both recovered by Wadsworth. Here comes David Ternosky and this Wadsworth offense. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, still fighting forward across the 21, and right down at the 21 is Dom Cortad, who just carries some defenders with him to pick up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5 at the Highland 21-yard line.
And nothing fancy there, Mike, just a run straight up the gut. A good push by that Walsh Jesuit offensive line, and it's another 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5 upcoming, as Walsh is almost in the red zone again.
2:42 to go here. First quarter at Highland High School, North Gateway Tire Field. 3-0 Walsh, and they've got the ball at the Highland 21 after Highland's 2nd fumble recovered by Walsh of the game. Ternosky stands with Cortad on his left hip. He's got the snap. He's going to keep it. He runs left. He gets chased down from behind, and then he gets crushed, and his helmet comes off, but some huge hits there. That's Evan Faust, who came in and finished the play, but also good play there on the line. And that's a loss of 3 back to the 24-yard line. It'll make it 3rd down and 8.
That's a typical Highland defensive play that we're used to in the years past, Mike. Great pursuit. The Highland is so fast and physical. Evan Faust comes in to finish off the play, gets his helmet up underneath the chin of Ternosky, and takes his helmet clean off. As a backup quarterback's going to have to come in, is when your helmet comes off, you have to go out for a play, as Ben Beal is going to come in and run this play for Walsh Jesuit.
So Ben Beal is going to come in. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Cortad in the backfield. Beal handles a low snap, then he's just going to keep it. We're going to get a flag in the backfield. Beal breaks through a tackle across the 15 down near the 11-yard line, but hold the phone, as I believe this is going to come back.
It's going to be a
hold against Walsh. So now that'll bring up, on one hand for Walsh, wipes out that really good run there by Beal. It'll make it a 4th and 19. On the other hand, you do get your a 3rd and 19, but you get your quarterback in. Yeah. Hey, well, then mark this off. I had to give my first one of the year, Chad. My first shout-out of the year. My kids, we were on vacation. They had to go to a sleepover over at my mom's house, so they're having a sleepover at Grandma's house.
They usually do on Fridays, right?
And they're watching.
Nice.
They got the game
go.
on the TV, and they're watching.
Let's
So
go.
Lucy, Patrick, and Sita, be like them. Tune into the game. Have fun listening to us. And don't eat too much sugar.
No, they're going to.
All right, fine.
You know they are.
3rd down and 19 coming up from the 34-yard line. So they need, it's about 18. They need the 16-yard line for a first. Ternosky in the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw deep down the left side. He's looking down there. Good coverage, and it's incomplete as when you need a play, it's a pretty good idea to look towards your 6'2", 180-pound receiver, Sam Barrett, that's already made a couple big plays, but it was overshot. Good coverage there as Jake Weber was step for step with Barrett, and it's 4th down and 18.
Yeah. I mean, the textbook coverage there didn't allow the receiver to get inside of him or adjust to the football as Weber showed good speed there because Sam Barrett is not a slow receiver by any means. But, yeah, great coverage there and forced a 4th down. And
so we'll see. We'll see if they decide to run the play or if they decide maybe a little pooch kick
I'd
here.
say this feels like a pooch punt situation.
And we're going to get a timeout. Well, whatever they did, they forced Mike Gibbons to call a timeout here on a 4th and 18. So you got to feel good about that if you're Nick Alexander at least, as now Highland has burned 2 of their first half timeouts with about a minute to go here in the first quarter. We'll take a really quick break and we'll come back for this 4th down play. This is WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
Out of the timeout, welcome on back to Highland High School, North Gateway Tire Field. Here on our Medina County matchup, it's Highland, it's Walsh. Walsh is up 3-0 over the Hornets, and now they are facing a 4th down and 18. They're going to bring the field goal unit out.
Woo! 51-yard field goal here, Mike.
So Oliver Nono is going to attempt a 51-yard field goal. He's good from 25. Let's see what kind of leg he has here from 51. Snap is back. It's placed. The kick is away. It's got the leg. And that kick is good. 51 yards, and it would have been good from 55. Oliver Nono with that huge field goal makes it 6-0. Walsh with 1:28 to go here in the first quarter.
Mike, I was about to give you the Ace Ventura. The laces were in on that hold as the snap was back. I saw the hold wasn't that good, but Nono got underneath it enough. And like you said, that field goal would have been good from 55. So maybe a battle of the kickers. Jonah Kauza, we haven't been able to see him do his thing from field goal range yet tonight, but Nono has just as big of a leg. Such a huge advantage at the high school level when you have a kicker that can kick that distance.
So, Chet, here we are. The offense has looked bad for Highland so far. Defense has looked pretty darn good as they've given the ball Walsh now. They've given it to them twice inside the 30-yard line, and they've only allowed 6. So on one hand, you feel like, all right, defensively we're asking a lot, but they're providing a lot listen, you tip your cap on a 51-yard field goal.
Sure.
Offensively, man, how do they get this thing going? Because it has looked, even the plays we saw in that last, it does not look like that big, tough kind of sock-it-to-them football like we're so used to seeing.
You need something quick hitting, Mike. You need something just to get into a rhythm, right? Whether it just be a quick trap, a quick draw, or a quick counter, something to get your offense going. Because right now, when Pruka is able to drop back, or if they're running straight ahead at this big Walsh Jesuit defensive line, it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked at all. And also, we haven't really seen much of the Highland offense yet. We've seen 4 plays total, and 2 of them have been fumbles. So they got to take care of the football as well. So hopefully, maybe something quick hitting. Simple completions just to get something going offensively, and then you can take your risks.
Well, it's not surprising after we saw the kick, but Nono kicks the kickoff through the end zone, so it's a touchback. And again, remember, our kickoffs are brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your trusted tree care company. 1st down and 10 for Highland now at their own 20-yard line. Snap is back. Pruka is going to keep it up the middle. Gets across the 20, fights forward across the 25, and he's down near the 26-yard line. So the best play of the day so far for for the Highland offense. Nets 6 yards as it'll bring up 2nd down and 4.
See, there you go. Anything to bring positive momentum to this offense, right? You know, just some positive yards going forward. If they can get a first down on this drive, little steps towards momentum offensively is going to help the confidence of this Highland offense immensely.
They're going to give him about 5.5 yards on that, so we'll call it 2nd down and 5. As Pruka stands back, waiting the snap. Puts a man in motion. He's got it. Play action. Now they're going to just fire it over here to the sideline. Caught across the 25, across the 30, and down near the 32-yard line on that reception was Jake Weber. A nice little route to the outside, a quick hitter. And
Yep.
Weber able to pick up a first down, the first of the game for Highland with 45 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
And that's exactly what you need against this talented athletic Walsh Jesuit defense, right? Something quick where your athletes on the outside can get into space and get upfield quickly. Nothing to the wide side of the field right now I think is going to help Highland.
2 receivers to the left. And Pruka draws a man offside. No, there's no flag that comes out, so this is just going to be a straight run to the right side. Still fighting forward is Colton Winston. He might not be the biggest guy, but what a fight by Colton Winston. He just broke, I think, a tackle by every Walsh defender. Still only wound up picking up about a yard. But 2nd down and 9, and that's the kind of fight you're going to need to see from the Highland Hornets.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to need to run physical and fast there. Carderi Penn looked like he was well across the line of scrimmage there. No call, but a great job fighting there by Winston. Not much on the play, 1 yard, as whoever had his ankles didn't let him go, but he was breaking every single tackle outside of that.
Clock ticking down, 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Let's see if Highland gets a playoff. Pruka stands back in the shotgun. The clock hits 0, and that'll take us to the end of the first quarter. Highland's offense just starting to get moving a little bit. They've turned it over twice, way deep inside their own territory, but they only trailed to Walsh 6-0. Let's see if Highland's offense can get moving in the second quarter. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with more right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Second quarter time here at North Gateway Tire Field, home of the Highland Hornets, who trail Walsh Jesuit 6-0 after 1 quarter. But it was about as disastrous of an offensive quarter as you could expect. So Highland going to try to get it going here in the second. Right off the rip, Pruka drops back. He's looking deep over the middle. He's got a man there, but good defense to knock it away. The throw was a little bit low, and that actually probably worked out in their favor as he was looking for Anthony DePompe, and there were a couple defenders there for Walsh. They knocked it away, and it's 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Ben Beal, the strong safety and backup quarterback, showed good pursuit there to recover and come and knock that pass down. It looked like it was going to be complete, but Ben Beal just made a nice defensive play there.
I think that ball maybe floated a little bit on Pruka when he let go of it. Didn't have much zip on it. But a good play nonetheless by Walsh, and now Highland faces a 3rd and 9, not a position they want to be in. From their own 33-yard line, Pruka stands in the pistol, takes the snap. It's going to be an end around, and there are Walsh Jesuit defenders everywhere in the backfield across the 30 down to about the 32-yard line, because I believe that's Ben Radigan that was trying to get something going. They tried an end around, and it went nowhere. They lost a yard, and now Highland's going to have to send out the punt squad.
Well, some positive yardage on that play, on that series, Mike. So, I mean, you showed you can string a few plays together to be able to at least come close to a first down. So, not total disaster there for the Highland offense, but little baby steps forward. But unfortunately, Walsh is going to get the ball back in pretty good field position here.
Xavier Steele stands inside his own 40, awaiting this punt by Evan Faust, a punter you wouldn't mind getting tackled by. It wouldn't be embarrassing, that's for sure. This is going to be fielded inside the 30 at about the 28-yard line, and Steele takes it across the 30 out near the 34-yard line where he is driven down, and that is where the Walsh Jesuit Warriors are going to take over. And at least if you're Highland on this possession, you've at least put Walsh on their own side of the field.
Yeah.
Seems like it's been forever.
Yeah. It's Walsh Jesuit spent that almost that entire first quarter living in the Highland end of the field, and so you're putting your defense in a much better position after that punt.
11:02 to go here in the first half. Walsh 6, Highland nothing, and Walsh is going to get the ball back at their own 33-yard line. Last time Walsh had it in their own territory, they moved the ball down the field with relative ease until they got close to the end zone, and that's where Highland really tightened up. Let's see how Walsh approaches it now. 2 receivers in the backfield with David Ternosky. Running backs in the backfield with Ternosky. He's going to hand it off. This is Courtade who runs it left side. He's still fighting forward all the way down near the 40-yard line. As again, that run looked like it was going to go maybe 2 yards, and then Courtade just kept those legs going. Gets all the way out to the 40, and that's going to make it 2nd down and 3 for Walsh. Just a perfect night here, as you would expect. August football. Not too hot, though, as the sun cleared, and it is beautiful out here down in Granger, which is technically Medina. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. 2 running backs in the backfield. They're going to hand it to Courtade again. He breaks through again on the left side, and he's going to get brought down across the 45 to the 46-yard line. That's a first down carry for Dom Courtade, and it'll be 1st and 10, Walsh from their own 46-yard line.
Yeah, nothing fancy on that play, Mike. Just another powerful off-tackle run that Courtade was running through arm tackles again, and was able to get across the chains for another Walsh first down.
I wondered, Marty Tobin was a guy that put up a lot of yards. Dom Courtade right now looks a lot like a guy that used to play here in Casey Miser. He's big, he's strong, he's hard to bring down. He's running well for this Walsh Jesuit Warriors football team. On 1st and 10, we're getting near midfield. Roll out to the right. Ternosky fires off to the sideline. It's completed across midfield and then brought down across the Highland 45 to the 44-yard line. And that's Cameron Brunson again, who's made a couple good plays in the game on a first down reception. And just like that, Walsh is right back in Highland territory.
Yeah, Brunson just sat down right there. He was supposed to run a 5-yard in route. Sat down. The coverage was off that time. The quarterback was trying to give help in case that slot receiver was going deep, and Brunson was just there for an easy completion to get across the sticks.
9:24 to go here in the first half. Walsh with it, 1st and 10 at the Highland 44-yard line, and they've got a 6-0 lead. Ternosky in the backfield with Courtade and Rogers. He takes it. He's going to hand it to Rogers this time, who runs right, and he's got a big hole. He's down the sideline across the 30, the 21 man to beat, and he's not going to do it. He's brought down, but he's inside the 15 down to the 12-yard line. A huge run there by Mason Rogers, and that puts Walsh right back in the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone as they threaten again.
You could drive a truck through the hole that he had. Mason Rogers shows some good speed, turns on the jets, and then Nate Painter makes a touchdown-saving tackle for Highland, as they're going to have to come up with another big defensive play there. Nothing fancy on this drive for Walsh, just 3 runs straight ahead off tackle, and they're threatening once again.
Well, Walsh has been in this position in the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone a couple times. They've not been able to punch the ball into the end zone. Let's see how they approach this trip. 1st and 10 from the 11. Ternosky has it, gives it to Courtade. He runs right. He's got a hole this time, breaks through tackles, and he's going to fumble his way into the end zone. I shouldn't even use that word. Stumble his way into the end zone. He did not fumble. He ran in, he stumbled in, and he scores the first touchdown of the season for Walsh Jesuit, an 11-yard run by Dom Courtade. And that makes it 12-0 Walsh with an extra point upcoming.
Yeah, just another powerful run there off the right side. Just running through tackles, not being able to bring Dom Courtade down has been the biggest problem with this Highland defense right now. Courtade just powerful runs, movement up front, and Walsh gets the first touchdown of the game.
And they're going to go for 2 here, as this is going to be Beal that comes in for the 2-point conversion. He keeps it right up the middle, and he's untouched into the end zone. And so they make up for not scoring touchdowns before by getting the 2-point conversion there, and that makes it 14-0 Walsh over Highland. And now that's a big punch in the mouth by this Walsh Warriors team. We're going to see how Highland responds right after this. 8:32 to go here in the first half. This is WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Experience the convenience of buying from Mike Bass Ford, just a short drive from anywhere.
I work and fly out of Hopkins every week. It only takes me 27 minutes to get to Mike Bass Ford. I'm downtown, and I'm only 25 minutes from Mike Bass Ford.
I'm in Sandusky, and I'm only 30 minutes away from Mike Bass Ford.
all roads lead to Mike Bass Ford. I-90 at Detroit, exit 148.
You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford.
8:32 to go in the first half, and it has been all Walsh to start things off. 14-0. The Warriors up over the hometown Highland Hornets as it's a party over there on the Walsh Jesuit sideline. We're getting ready for another kickoff. And again, remember, all of our kickoffs on WEOL are brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your trusted tree care company. Oliver Nono stands behind the ball, and he's going to fire this one away. And this one looks like it might be returnable, and in fact it is. Fielded at about the 2-yard line, across the 10, across the 15, now across the 20, out to the 24-yard line, and brought down there. And that was Anthony DePompey on the return. And that is where the Highland Hornets are going to take over. So, Chad, it has been an ugly start. 2 fumbles and really no big push for this Highland Hornets. You know, even when they've maintained possession, we're just so used to seeing big physical, out-physical you offense from Highland, and it just doesn't look like that's in the cards here in this game. So how do you approach fixing it? Nope, we had a penalty on the kicking team. I didn't hear what it was. Oh, all right.
Oh.
So we got a penalty against Walsh, 5-yard penalty, and that'll move the ball up to the 30-yard line, and that's where Highland will take over. Anyways, Chad, back to you.
I would do. I would maybe try a little bit of tempo offense here, right? I'm going to try to get this Walsh Jesuit defense on their heels a little bit, because it's you got to find some way to get into a rhythm here. Right, so I think even if it's a negative play, you got to get on the ball, you got to get on quick and try to get them on their heels here.
This is going to be a quarterback keeper, as I think it's DePompey who came in, and Mike Gibbons told us we're going to see some of this. He really raved about Anthony DePompey, and he said he's going to come in and play a little bit of wildcat quarterback. He took the snap there, and he carried it forward for just a yard, and there was just nowhere to go. It'll bring up 2nd down and 9. Oh, DePompey will stay in. So the question with DePompey is,
can he throw the football?
Yeah, can you not telegraph a run every time he comes in?
Yeah.
He stands back near his 25-yard line, 2nd down and 9. Ball at the Highland 31. DePompey awaits the snap. Puts a man in motion. He takes the snap. He is going to throw the ball, and he fires it down the sideline. It's completed across the 40, across the 45, and near the 50-yard line as it was a wheel route. Colton Winston was in the backfield with DePompey, and Winston ran a wheel route out of the backfield. And can he throw the ball? It wasn't the prettiest throw I've ever seen, but it did the job, and it's a big play finally for the Highland offense out near midfield.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be as long as it's effective, Mike. You know, Winston, nobody covered Winston out of the backfield there, and he was wide open down the sidelines, and a nice gain as Highland gets their first down of the game.
DePompey stays in. Now he's in the pistol. He's got the snap. It's going to be another throw. He fires it to the outside across midfield, completed. Breaking through a tackle and down near the 41-yard line. And that's a pitch and catch from DePompey to Ben Radigan. And Radigan has Highland in Walsh territory for the first time this game with 7:14 to go in the first half.
Yeah, see, now get on the ball, right? This is what you should do. Don't huddle up. Don't allow Walsh Jesuit to settle into their defense. Right, because now you even have a bigger threat now with DePompey, who can run it in the backfield, a very athletic runner. So I would, if I'm Highland, I pick up the tempo here.
1st down and 10 from the 41. It's going to be DePompey who tries to spin off a tackle, gets across the 40, spins out of another tackle, and brought down right at the 35-yard line. Man, it looked like Anthony DePompey was dead to rights in the backfield, and he spun out of 2 tackles to pick up a gain of 6.
Yeah, broke 2 different tackles that time. Lowered his shoulder. A nice physical run there by DePompey to gain extra yards, and he gets a good run, about 6 yards on 1st down. So DePompey looks like he's the spark plug right now for this Highland offense.
DePompey stays in the game as he's got Colton Winston in the backfield with him. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Put a man in motion. It's going to be a fake. DePompey's going to keep it. He's stuck in the backfield again. He gets out of another tackle again, fights forward again, and he's all the way down near the 31-yard line. They're going to give him a gain of 4, and they're going to give him a 1st down. And now we've got a Walsh player down on the field after the game, or after the play, as the trainers for Walsh will come tend. It's one of their defensive linemen down on the field. Might be big Caleb Buckner that's down there. And so while they tend to him, Highland picks up that first down. 6:10 to go here in the first half. We'll take a quick break. Again, it is Walsh 14, Highland nothing, and you're listening or watching, presented by WEOL here on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
So a good sight after the quick break, as just as soon as we went to the break, Caleb Buckner jumped back up, and he's walking off gingerly, but certainly under his own power. So hopefully that young man's all right. Big part of what they do on that defensive line, 6'1", 250-pounder. But I think he took the brunt of that that D Pompey run and shook him up a little bit. So anyways, first down and 10 from the Walsh 31-yard line here at Highland High School. The Hornets finally on the move. D Pompey stays in the game at quarterback. Puts a man in motion. He takes the snap. It's a little fake. Then he's going to run it right side, and this time not a lot of room to run as he gets out across the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him a yard down to the 30. That'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, eventually you're going to have to mix up the play calling here again, Mike.
We got a flag.
Oh.
You can keep talking while we figure out what this flag is.
Eventually you're going to have to mix up the play calling here with D Pompey, Mike, because with a good defense like Walsh, eventually they're going to key on it, and it's not going to be as effective anymore. So, 3 straight runs with D Pompey right now, the last 3 plays for Highland. I would expect a little bit more variety here, and as it looks like Pruka is going to be coming back into the game.
Well, let's see what's going on with the conversation here. We've got a long conversation with the officials. A flag came in really late. Our engineer on site here, Jared Kozar, a.k.a. everybody's boss. He thinks they're going to pick it up.
Dead ball, personal foul, offense, 65. Dead ball, personal foul, defense, 5. Penalties will offset.
Offsetting penalties, 2 dead ball penalties. And so that gain of just a yard will stand on, so it'll be 2nd down and 9. Just a little too much activity after the play by both sides. And I would anticipate a little bit of that. Again, this is if you haven't paid attention to what's going on, Highland has moved not just into a new side of their conference in the Suburban League, but they're also now out of Avon's division or region. They're over in Walsh's region now, Region 5. So these two teams could get to know each other really well. You called it, Pruka back in the game, and he hits DePompey on a pass, and it just took forever to get out there, and there was nowhere for DePompey to go. It's going to be a loss of 2 yards back to the 32-yard line. And now Highland's going to be facing a 3rd down and 11 with 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. First half.
Yeah, I don't like anything to the wide side of the field now against this Walsh Jesuit defense, Mike, because they're on the play before it even has a chance to develop. So I think if you're doing something quick, it's got to be to the short side of the field that allows you to get north and south faster. It allows you to get upfield because you need yards if you're Highland. You don't need to try something east to west.
Let's see what Mike Gibbons and his coaching staff call up. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Pruka, he's looking towards the far side. Now he's going to get brought down, and he's going to be sacked in the backfield, a loss of a yard. As jumping up and celebrating, I think it was Dom Cortad that got in there to bring Pruka down. And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 12 back at the 33-yard line. Now we've talked about the leg of the kickers. We know there's a big leg on the kicker, Jonah Kauza, for Highland. Let's see if Mike Gibbons chooses to give him a shot at it. As right now, he's talking to his quarterback here on the sideline. Play clock running down. And Mike Gibbons is going to take his last time out here of the first half. So Mike Gibbons is going to talk it over. What do you do? 4th and 12 from the 33. We saw it happen with Walsh. They kicked the field goal. Let's see what Highland decides to do right after this break. You're listening to Highland versus Walsh. It's 14-0 Walsh. We're right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
And out of the timeout, Highland faced with a tough situation, 4th down and 12. Their first decent extended drive of the game. As again, if you're just joining us, Walsh leads at 14-0. And they got most of their points off of just tough turnovers by Highland. Defensively, Highland's played well, but eventually you're going to break against a good Walsh team. Offense still in for the Highland Hornets. Pruka in the game. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right, 4th and 12. They need the 21 for a first down. Pruka takes a snap, drops straight back, looking to throw left. He's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. He's got nowhere to go, and he's sacked again. Second sack in a row. And coming out of the pile for the defense for Walsh is Dario Jarris. He gets the sack. We're going to get a flag after the play. That'll back up Walsh, as I think we're going to get an excessive celebration penalty, but nonetheless, turnover on downs, and that's how Highland's offensive possession is going to end. And Walsh gets the ball back, 3:58 to go in the half, and already leading 14-0.
Yeah, he had, sorry, excuse me, I swallowed a little bit of saliva there, Mike. But he had Ben Radigan on a deep out route. Coming open just a few seconds if he just had another second or two more, but he ran out of time, got rushed, and brought down. So a tough break there for Highland, as they did have a good drive going, but an unfortunate turnover on downs as Walsh is going to take over.
So they did get Walsh for an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty after that sack, so that backs Walsh up to the 23-yard line, but nonetheless, every time Walsh has the ball, it's bad news for Highland, already trailing 14-0 and with very little to show offensively so far in this first half. Here comes that Walsh offense again. As the snap is back, handoff goes to Cortad. He's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage. I think he fights forward for about 1.5 yards just across the 24-yard line, but it'll bring up 2nd down and 9, as a good hit there was made by Highland's defense. And Walsh will be faced with that 2nd down. Here, remember to stay tuned at halftime, because we've got the Lorain County Community College halftime show. Again, presented by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCCC. Clock ticks under 3 minutes and 30 seconds, first half. 2nd and 9 upcoming from their own 24-yard line. Walsh with the ball. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Cortad in the backfield with Ternosky. He stands in the shotgun. He takes the snap, drops straight back, looks to throw. He gets crushed. He gets absolutely crushed. Oh, my goodness. What a sack all the way back at the 17-yard line. As that was unbelievable. And, man, I'm just glad to see Ternosky's all right after that hit.
The veteran Lucas Grillis brings the pressure straight up the gut, inside to Ternosky's face, puts his helmet right in his numbers, and just plants him into the turf. What a sack there. What a play there for this Highland defense.
Lucas Grillis. That was unbelievable. And it brings up a big 3rd down here. Again, all the way back at the 17. They need the 33, so 3rd and 16. Snap is back. Ternosky's got it. He's getting pressured again. Now he gets a little time. He's looking to throw. He's still looking, as we got all kinds of contact in the backfield. This is going to be a completed pass, though, across the 40, across the 50. A lot of speed down the sideline. There goes Caden Levert. He's got one man to beat, and he's going to get brought down inside the 15, all the way down near the 10-yard line. So, man, it looked like pressure was going to get there from Highland again, but Ternosky did a great job of keeping the play going, rolled out to his right, threw back across his body to Levert, and it winds up with a humongous play, and they mark it down all the way at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, a little questionable holding call there in the middle as pressure was coming on Ternosky, but Ternosky was able to buy time and find Caden Levert on the backside there across his body, and nobody was there for to cover Levert. Down the left sideline for a big gain, and Walsh is threatening once again.
75 yards on a 3rd and 16. Caden Levert makes it all the way down inside the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone. They hand the ball off to Cortad. He runs right side, and he's going to get brought down inside the 10. Ball comes out. Let's see. We got Highland saying they might have it. No, it looks like Walsh fell on the ball. It's going to be 2nd down at about the 7-yard line. So the ball did come out. Dom Cortad lost it, but Highland couldn't fall on it. And it'll be 2nd down and about 5 yards to go. So 1 minute, 15 seconds to go here. Walsh can take some time as, again, the ball's at they're going to officially mark it at the 6. So they can get a first down at the 1, but now the clock down to 1 minute. Walsh with it, threatening inside the red zone, already leading 14-0 as we approach halftime. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Tarnowski takes the snap, hands it off to Rogers, straight up the gut. Rogers fighting forward, still fighting forward, down inside the 5, down to the 2. Let's see if they give him the 2 or the 1. They're going to give him the 1-yard line, so that'll be first down and goal for Walsh Jesuit at the 1-yard line. Clock is ticking down to 45 seconds, so Walsh taking their time. That's what a punch it would be as Highland got their first real extended drive of the game. It came up short. They turn it over on downs. Then it looks like they got Walsh stopped, and Walsh picks up a 75-yard gain. And right now they're threatening to go into the half as the clock down to 25 seconds, leading by 3 touchdowns. Tarnowski taking all kinds of time. Play clock's at 10. Game clock down to 15. Still waiting. Tarnowski's going to let it go all the way down. He's got the snap. He's going to run left side. He gets crushed at the 2-yard line, and we're going to get a timeout by Walsh as that was Wyatt Sitz that came in off the right side there, and he crushed Tarnowski. So it's a loss of a yard back at the 2-yard line. And now the clock at 6 seconds. So, Chad, what do you think of that strategy there? I understand wanting to take some time off the clock, but this is a Highland offense that's done nothing in this game. They are not threatening at all. So to let the clock roll all the way down, I mean, you do have one more timeout if you're Walsh, so you can run one more quick play like that and still maybe get a field goal off, but you're depriving yourself of maybe one more chance of getting into the end zone.
Well, you had timeouts to burn, so I think that, you know, if you didn't want to you didn't want to risk you didn't want to risk getting no points at all. You didn't want to risk not giving yourself the most chances that you I
guess what I'm saying is you've cost yourself one extra down for a touchdown.
Sure.
Because you had the timeouts to stop the clock. They're going to be able to call a timeout after this, and you could have even run one on third down, and if nothing's there quickly, you could throw it away. But instead...
Oh, were they running the clock back down, then?
No, this is the timeout clock.
Okay. Gotcha.
So 14-0 Walsh. They had it first and goal at the 1-yard line when Wyatt Sitz blew up a play. Tarnowski tried to quarterback keep it into the end zone, and Sitz stopped him for a loss of a yard. And now we're just waiting on this timeout clock to go all the way down. We're down to about 15 seconds if you're wondering why we're stalling. But still one timeout for Walsh, so they're going to try to get into the end zone here. If they can't get in there, they're going to be able to take a timeout, and we know their kicker is really good. So let's see what Coach Nick Alexander and his crew have come up with for the Walsh Jesuit Warriors. Second down and goal. Ball at the 2-yard line. Tarnowski got Rogers and got Courtad in the backfield with him. Snap is back. He's going to throw it. He's going to fire it far side, and it's knocked away as Campbell Land was over there. And that's, hey, you can't blame him for trying to throw the ball up to big 6'4" Campbell Land. But cornerbacks for Highland have been up to the task as far as that goes, and they're going to hold Walsh to a field goal. So here comes Oliver Nono. 2 seconds on the clock. On third down, he'll try to put Walsh up 17-0 going into halftime. He's already made one from 25 and from 51. This is going to be just a 19-yard attempt. Snap is back. Nono into it, and he hammers it through the uprights. The clock goes to 0, and that makes it 17-0 Walsh as they are ruining the party here at North Gateway Tire Field. First half, all Walsh Jesuit. Highlands defense has been up to the task for the most part, but the offense has not been there. Chad, we'll see if they can come around in the second half. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back as we have got the Lorain County Community College halftime show. We'll talk about the first half. We'll talk about scores from around the area, and we'll get you for the second half. Again, this is WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love. In healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Experience the convenience of buying from Mike Bass Ford, just a short drive from anywhere.
I work and fly out of Hopkins every week. It only takes me 27 minutes to get to Mike Bass Ford. I'm downtown and I'm only 25 minutes from Mike Bass Ford.
I'm in Sandusky and I'm only 30 minutes away from Mike Bass Ford.
All roads lead to Mike Bass Ford. I-90 at Detroit, exit 148.
You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about EcoTree services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted EcoTree. They did an incredible job. The folks at EcoTree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact EcoTree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find EcoTree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
Looking for a dependable vehicle without the hassle? Make the smart choice with Jay's Auto Sales in Wadsworth. Since 1986, Jay's has believed in transparent pricing, professional service, and building long-term relationships with every customer. Each vehicle is thoroughly inspected, backed by a 30-day, 1,500-mile warranty, and supported by a family-owned team that treats you with honesty and respect. Visit Jay's Auto Sales on High Street in Wadsworth or browse their inventory online at jaysautoSalesInc.net. Experience the difference at Jay's Auto Sales.
And welcome back as we are at the half here at North Gateway Tire Field, and through the first half, Walsh Jesuit has made themselves right at home here. They have a 17-0 lead as it has been all Walsh this first half over the Highland Hornets. The Walsh Jesuit marching band out on the field. They'll be followed up by the Highland Hornets, one of my favorite shows in all of high school football, the Highland Hornets marching band. You'll see them on your channel here as you're watching on YouTube, and they will put on a heck of a show for you. So you want to stay tuned for that as you're watching Walsh Jesuit as they entertain the crowd here as well. Michael Keefe and Chad Meyer joining you from North Gateway Tire Field here at Highland High School. And Chad, we talked a lot about changes. We talked a lot about challenges that come with the changes. It doesn't feel like it's very evident that the team that was more prepared to handle the change has been Walsh. And Chad, you called it before the game. The biggest reason that they are able to handle losing the type of talent that they did and still come out and look like this is his name is David Ternowski.
Yeah. I mean, when you have a veteran quarterback, like I said, that's been through the wars, been through the battles, that has seen it all, he tends to make any inexperience that you have at the skill positions that much better, right? You know, he's buying time, right? And his receivers are adjusting well to him as he's throwing receivers open. He's patient. He's finding open men. He's making good decisions, whether it's holding onto the ball, throwing the ball away if nothing is there. Sure, he's taken a couple of sacks, but he really hasn't made any dangerous throws. He's really running this offense. You could tell the command that he has over this offense, and it's really paying off as Walsh Jesuit has a 17-0 lead here at the half.
Again, the halftime show here is brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCCC. On the other side, Chad, I want to start with a little positives.
Sure.
I think the fight that this Highland defense is showing, they've given up a couple bigger plays. That 75-yard play there at the end of the first half to Levert was a backbreaker, but it was also, they got good pressure. Ternowski just made a really good play, and Levert just found a spot in the zone. Nobody was in, and he made the play. You tip your cap there. But otherwise, think of the positions that this Highland defense has been put in, and they've responded pretty well. They're playing hard. They're giving them a chance in this game because a lot of times when you see a game start with 2 fumbles, when you see an offense look as sluggish as this Highland offense has looked, you can be sitting here at a halftime, especially against a Walsh team, you'd be sitting here at halftime down 31-0.
Yeah, I mean, the good news is, or at least as far as going forward this season is, Highland's defense is your typical Highland defense, right? They've given up big plays in the past to different teams. here and there, but their defense always makes up for it, whether it's a big goal line stop, whether it's a turnover, whether they force teams into field goals. They're making plays defensively. The offense is just not putting them in good positions tonight.
Yeah, not at all. And part of it is, and Chad, just to be real kind of straightforward with this, obviously part of it is a lot of guys that just have not played at all.
Right.
But at the same time, you also have to look at the eye test.
Yeah.
And the eye test tells you that they've got to find something. They don't have that big bruising running back like they've had for the past, 15 years?
Yeah, which is
here at Highland?
Which has opened up the passing game a lot for this Highland team.
And not to say, not to say that we haven't seen some really good runs by Colton Winston. We've seen some really tough runs by Colton Winston.
Sure.
And so he can become a pretty darn good running back, but the way the ball comes off Johnny Pruka's hands, we've got to, he floated a couple passes there, didn't look real confident throwing the ball, and the offense only really started to hum when Anthony DePompe came in and they were running kind of that wildcat, different kind of look for their offense. So, what do you do if you're Mike Gibbons at this point for the second half of this game?
I think just to try to throw wrinkles into it, I think you go with a 2-quarterback system, right? I don't think Pruka has seen enough to be able to sling it around, in this offense, right? To constantly sling it around. So I think you go with a mix of a 2-quarterback system. I don't like that, but I think if you're going to give yourself a chance to get back in this game, I think you got to try something. You got to take chances. You were moving the football with DePompe, but he's limited in what he can do in the passing game. So I would try that and see where that goes for me. Because if you can be effective in the run game with DePompe and maybe hit something over the top in the passing game, that might open things up for Pruka in the passing game as well, because you're forcing the defense to key on different things.
So again, as we're here at the half, it is 17-0 Walsh Jesuit over Highland. Let's just talk real quick about how we got to that score. Then we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll get you some scores from around the area as we continue on with the Lorain County Community College halftime show. But things started off for Walsh really good. They had a long drive down the field, but Highland's defense tightened up, and they stopped Walsh on a 4th and 1 to turn them over on downs. And then it was nightmare stuff for the Highland offenses on the very first play. This building was buzzing. You could feel it in here. This home crowd was loving it. The 4th down stop, very first play. Johnny Pruka couldn't handle the snap. The ball hits the dirt, and Wadsworth takes over deep inside of Highland territory. And again, Highland's defense stood up well as Walsh Jesuit got down towards the end zone but couldn't get it in. And so they had to they had to fall back on an Oliver Nono 25-yard field goal. That was the first score of the game, made it 3-0. Very next possession, couple plays run by Highland, and on their third play they ran a little inside screen to their wide receiver, and that was Ben Radigan. Radigan made a nice move. It looked like they were going to pick up some yards, but Radigan, he let the ball hit the dirt. Walsh Jesuit recovered, and again, really deep inside Highland territory. This time, though, Highland's defense played really well. There was a penalty. Walsh couldn't overcome it, and they sent out that kid, Oliver Nono, their junior kicker, to kick a 51-yard field goal that was absolutely perfect and would have been good from even longer. That made it 6-0. That's where we stood at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, we had our first Mike Bass Ford touchdown. Again, remember, our touchdowns this year brought to you by Mike Bass Ford. You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. First touchdown of the year was scored by Walsh Jesuit, and it was scored by their running back, Dom Courtade, who punched it in from 11 yards out. Just a tough run, ran over a couple defenders, and fell into the end zone. 11-yard touchdown, a 2-point conversion by Beal made it 14-0, and Walsh had the lead there. Highland's offense, that's when they went to that Wildcat formation, and that's where things started to hum a little bit. They got the ball down the field, but they went away from it. The offense stalled. They gave the ball back to Walsh. Walsh hit on a 75-yard pass play to get him down into scoring territory, and with no time on the clock, they went back to Oliver Nono for a 19-yard field goal, which was good to make it 17-0. That is our score here at the half. We're going to take a quick break here on the Lorain County Community College halftime show. When we come back, we'll get you scores from the area, and we'll get you set for second half action. All that and more right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Industries are changing quickly, and this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind. Looking to buy?
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
You got scores, Chad?
Yep. Yeah.
And welcome back into the Lorain County Community College halftime show. Again, brought to you by Lorain County Community College. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCCC. I do want to give just a special shout out to LCCC because they do other things. You might not be ready to go back to college. You might not be ready to go to college in the first place. Maybe you got kids. I've enrolled my kids in some really cool camps that they do at LCCC. Their arts program is outstanding. So lots of stuff for everybody at LCCC. Get over to their website and check them out. Today, Michael Keefe, Chad Meyer coming to you from North Gateway Tire Field here as we are at halftime, and the Walsh Jesuit Warriors have been road warriors. They have a 17-0 lead over the Highland Hornets in a battle of two teams that we didn't really know what they were going to look like. Walsh looks a little bit more like themselves from last year. Highland does not, especially offensively. So, again, if there's anything that I trust in the high school football world, it's Mike Gibbons and what he can do with a football team. Let's just see if he can do it on short notice. Chad, you've been over there.
Yeah.
It's our first time we get to do it in 2026. Let's send it on over to the Chad Meyer away out-of-town scoreboard, score desk, Scoreville, and you can tell us what's going on around week one here in high school football.
These are scores as I have them, Mike. They could have been updated as of right now, but I didn't have.
That's okay. That's how it works.
Obviously, any updated score. Anyway, last night, Avon and St. Ignatius right here on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel in a battle. Avon scores with, I think it was 14 seconds left to go and gets a 2-point conversion as St. Ignatius took it to the Eagles last night, but Avon was able to escape with a 22-21 victory over Ignatius last night. Hoban also played last night. They played West Orange, Florida, and dropped their first game of the season, 28-24. As Hoban just has one of those schedules. They're going by the way of Massillon, right? They're just, it's going to be to the point where they barely play any in-state games now.
Well, remember, Avon did that last year. They went down to Florida, they got beat, came back and won the state championship. So if you're Hoban, you don't feel so bad about it.
Exactly. And I think Massillon has 4 in-state games this year as well. It's crazy. But Keystone is beating Norwayne right now, 16-7. Strongsville all over Avon Lake, 24-0. So the Jason Trusnick and company taking it to the Shoremen over there. Last I checked, Medina and Findlay tied at 7 near the end of the second quarter. Berea Mid-Park 14, Brunswick 7. Those two teams always seem to play a pretty close game.
We did their game last year to open the season. It was a really good game.
We did. Wadsworth and Bryson Hall, the #1 quarterback recruit in the state of Ohio. Can't wait to see him this year, Mike.
I know.
Leading Cleveland Heights 21-6. I couldn't find a score for Cloverleaf and Buckeye, so hopefully hopefully that's a good game over there.
10-7
Cloverleaf.
Cloverleaf.
The Colts. I told you, man.
Woo!
The Colts are going to surprise some people this year.
Thanks to Jared Kozar for that one.
Hillsdale leading Black River 7-0. Nordonia all over St. Vincent St. Mary 28-0. Ashland is beating Bay right now 7-0. Hudson, the Explorers, who we're going to see later on this year, taking on the Grizzlies of Wadsworth, is leading Austintown Fitch 10-3. Kenston, who just lost their quarterback as a transfer to Medina, Mike, so we're going to see them later on this year as well. Kenston leading Solons 10-0. North Royalton leading Valley Forge 16-0. Aurora and Stowe in a back-and-forth game, 22-14. The Green Men are leading Stowe right now. Menor and Olmsted Falls are also in a battle, 17-14. The Cardinals in a close one there with the Bulldogs. Bulldogs, huh?
Wasn't that last year? Didn't Olmsted Falls just about beat them and then Menor won it at the end?
I believe so, yeah. And Olmsted Falls actually spreading things out this year. They're not doing the wing T anymore. Steubenville, the Big Red, taking down Riverside. Down there in Steubenville, down there in the hills, right by across the river from West Virginia, 14-0 Steubenville in the lead. Euclid beating Brush 2-0. I couldn't find a score for Lorraine or Maple Heights. Couldn't see that. Normandy and Holy Name tied at 0. Same thing with Rhodes and Firelands. Midview beating Westlake right now, 21-14. Eastlake North beating Olmsted Falls 10-0. Rocky River, who some people are saying as are Division IV state contenders, Mike.
Yeah, I believe that. I'm a Rocky River Pirate. I'll believe that when I see
playoffs, contenders.
Playoffs?
Leading Manchester right now, 7-0. Lakewood and John Marshall, no score there. Uniontown Lake 14, North Ridgeville nothing. Mayfield is all over Elyria right now, 49-0. Amherst and the Blue Streaks of Sandusky in a close one. Amherst leading that one 21-13. If you love points, you definitely wanted to see Brookside and University tonight, Mike. 64-42, University winning that game.
Oh, no.
Toledo Central Catholic and Trotwood Madison, two teams who these Walsh Jesuit Warriors will be playing later on this season. TCC leading that one 7-0. Kent McKinley leading Warren Harding 7-0. Clearview up over Shaw 6-0. Columbia shutting out Independence right now 28-0. Western Reserve is leading Wellington 18-7. Vermilion 14, Johnstown 6. Elyria Catholic all over Lutheran West 28-6. St. Ed's is leading Olentangy Liberty at the halftime 7-6. Huge game down in Massillon at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium, Mike. 25 Division I recruits between the two teams in that game. 14-7, Massillon in the lead.
Can I pause? Because we never get to put this on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's one of my favorite things that happens in the band world.
Okay, all right.
Highland's band always finishes their halftime set right in front, and it is loud, and it shakes the whole stands. And a little "You Shook Me All Night Long." Let's let them ride it. Let's give them a screen time for a minute.
Listen, as a saxophone player yourself, Mike, you got to enjoy this marching band thing.
Me and Bill Clinton. Wanted to give him a little love. What was that score again?
14-7, Massillon in the lead, leading Glenville right now.
What a game.
Benedictine and Gilmore tied at 7. Villa Angeles St. Joe's 14, Perkins 10, and Fremont Ross 13, and the Tornadoes of Tiffin Columbian 7. And those are your scores from out of town.
All right, Chad Meyer gave us the scores. We're going to take one more quick break here on the Lorain County Community College halftime show, and then we'll be back. We'll wrap up the halftime show, and we'll get ready for halftime action. Again, it's Walsh 17, Highland 0 here from Highland High School. This is WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Welcome on back to the Lorain County Community College halftime show. Michael Keefe, Chad Meyer joining you here from Highland High School, where we're in pretty unfamiliar territory, especially over the last couple of decades. The Highland Hornets getting thoroughly dominated. 17-0 the score as Walsh Jesuit leads the Hornets here. We've got a great season coming up for you on the Medina County matchup. We will be covering all Medina County games on this YouTube channel all season long. Again, it starts tonight with Walsh and Highland. Keystone at Cloverleaf next week. That could be a really good game. Both those teams winning tonight. We'll see how the games end up, but that could be a really fun game. It usually is when those two teams get together. Medina at Brunswick, two teams that we don't really know how they're going to look this season. We will see them in week 3. Bay at Buckeye week 4. Black River at Columbia week 5. Brunswick at Lorraine week 6. That's fun because Brunswick's head coach was Lorraine's head coach, so a little homecoming there. Field at Cloverleaf week 7. Hudson at Wadsworth week 8, and then we're going to keep it a surprise week 9 and 10 because those are going to be some pretty big games. I would imagine one is going to be a team that is playing here tonight. So listen, Chad, as we wrap up here, the halftime show, 3 minutes to go before we get ready for the second half. I think the message on the one side is pretty simple. Hey, just keep doing it. Maybe if you're Walsh, maybe if you're Nick Alexander for Walsh, Chad, and you want to get into your guys about something, because you know coaches always got that need to get into their guys about something, it's finish a drive.
Yeah.
You've been in the red zone 3 times, you have 1 touchdown. You've been in the red zone 4 times, and you have 1 touchdown. So finish a drive would be the message from Nick Alexander. I think that's pretty simple because defensively you're doing exactly what you have to do. And really you are offensively too, you're just not finishing. On the other side, though, the message from Mike Gibbons, because it's got to feel pretty bleak in that locker room.
It's. I mean, obviously, you're trying to motivate your guys. I mean, you got to find a message to really find some reason in the second half here. So, I mean, if I'm Coach Gibbons, I'd say, listen, guys, let's settle down. It's a new ball game in the second half. Let's give it some little positive momentum going forward, right? Let's try to string some plays together, string some drives together. Even if we don't score, even if we get a field goal, we just need something positive going forward to get us back in this football game. Defense, you're doing great. Keep doing what you're doing. You're keeping us in this football game. Offense, we got to get something going here. So if I'm a Highland, we're going to go with Anthony DePompey. We're going to go Anthony and Johnny, both in the game. We're gonna mix up the play calling. We're going to, it's kind of a message like that, right? Because there's nothing you can say offensively. I mean, everybody in that locker room knows it was ugly, but you're going to have to find a way to get this offense going, and I think it's going to be a mixture of the play calling along with the quarterback play.
All right, well, the clock has ticked down here on halftime. Highland, good for them. They're going to at least get to start with the football as, again, they trail 17-0. Again, that was the Lorain County Community College halftime show. Your year, your classes, your future. Enroll today at LCCC. So here comes Wadsworth and their outstanding kicker, Oliver Nono. He will kick it away as Highland will send a couple return men back to their end zone to try to get something going offensively here for the Hornets. Want to give a special shout out to our on-site engineer here, Jared Kozar, doing a great job keeping us on the air and keeping you updated with scores on the ticker and so much more. And Zach Sprague, who's over there running things on the camera. Big shout out to Zach for hanging out with us as well. As we got a whole crew this year.
Yeah.
16 years of the Medina County matchup. And I don't have to run the computer this year.
This
Let's
is-
go, baby.
This is all new to us, buddy.
All right, here we go. Walsh Jesuits got things teed up, and Highland needs to get something to get this crowd going. This is a big Highland crowd. It is packed here on the home side, and you can see the people all the way around as well. You got to get something to get this place rocking, get the crowd going into this game. So here comes the Eco Tree Services kickoff. Nono is going to send it into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback, and Highland will start at their own 20. And remember, all kickoffs on WEOL are brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your trusted tree care company. So again, Chad, throughout the course of the second half, will keep us updated on some scores. Some good games going on. I love Walsh and Highland week 1. I love Glenville and Massillon week 1. I love when they build this guy. St. Ignatius and Avon week 1. What a game that was. I talked about Jared and Zach. They got to witness that in person last night at Huntington Bank Field. That was spectacular.
Yeah, Ignatius might be back.
I hope they are.
Yeah.
Pruka is in the game. He stands in the shotgun. Play action. He's going to fire it near side. Completed out across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Jake Weber on the reception as Pruka and Weber have connected a couple times tonight, but a little positive momentum going for the Highland Hornets.
And that's the kind of stuff I was talking about all first half, Mike. Just something a little quick, something to get into a bit of a rhythm. You're right. you kind of lull Walsh to sleep with those quick hitting plays, and then you could maybe hit something over the top.
2 receivers right, 1 goes far side to the left. Colt Winston in the backfield with Pruka, who stands in the shotgun. Ball at the 33-yard line, or 27-yard line. They need the 30 for a first. They're going to hand the ball off to Winston, who's going to find a little hole there and fight his way forward. They needed 3 yards. He got about 3.5. And so that'll be enough for a first down. They're going to mark him out at the 31-yard line. And we've got an injured player down on the field.
Yeah, it's a Walsh Warrior there.
Yeah, it is a Walsh Warrior. It's right here in front of the bench, so I can't actually even see the person who's down.
Yeah.
But Walsh's trainers are coming across. And so let's see here. We will use that time. It looks like we just got a cramp. So actually we'll hold it here for just a second as they're working on what appears to be a little leg cramp there down on the field. And if this takes any longer, we'll throw it to a quick break. But good start here for Highland. They pick up a first down in 2 plays. They don't put themselves in any negative situation. It's going to feel like more so than any year previously with Highland. Again, over the last 15, 16 years, Chad, it's going to feel like a key. Now that I'm seeing their offense, it's going to feel like a key is they can't put themselves in negative situations.
No, definitely not, right? Again, positive momentum, and it feels like that's going to be their offense, right? Is something quick hitting, then you got to get it up, something up over the top. You started with a nice little hook route. It was wide open, a nice 6-7 yard gain, and that just might be Highland's offense this year, right? Without a dominant running back, without a bell cow to carry the load, to shoulder the load here for Highland, it's not going to be as the injured. Oh, that's Logan Gibson too. Hopefully he's all right. That's a starting offensive lineman too for Walsh Jesuit.
He's running off, so that's a good sign.
But yeah, without anybody to shoulder the load here, carry the load here for Highland, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how the rest of this year plays out in this brand new look offense.
Well, again, in years past, they'd be in a 3rd and 15, and you felt like with Casey Miser out there and Nick Dubkowski out there and those guys, they weren't really out of it on 3rd and 15.
Yeah, and they were going to come up with a play.
This year's team, I think, has to stay ahead of the sticks. So the injured player goes off, and now it's first down. It's a play action. Pruka getting rushed in the backfield, and he's brought down, and that is a untouched sack. Emmett Tobin is there's going to be some anger at Thanksgiving dinner with the family because Emmett Tobin, a cousin of Mike Gibbons, the head coach of the Highland Hornets, just broke in, and a big sack all the way back at the 21-yard line. And that's going to make it 2nd down and 40, a loss, or 2nd down and 20, a loss of 10.
Yeah, it came through untouched that time, and there was nothing that Johnny could do on that play. He was in his face in no time and just brought right down.
So now Pruka will stand in the pistol, and he'll have Winston on his right hip. Pruka puts him in motion, and that's not Winston, that's D. Pompey. And it's another fumble, and it looks like this time Highland's going to fall on it. Luckily, Winston is able to fall on the ball, but another fumbled snap, and again, not a bad snap. Pruka just couldn't hang on to it, and now Highland back at their own 15-yard line. They need the 41 for a first.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's fundamental things like those, Mike, that are just going to drive coaches nuts, and it's going to drive Coach Gibbons nuts. I can imagine that a lot of practice snaps are going to be happening in this next week of practice.
Let's see what Highland does here on 3rd and 26. This is not staying ahead of the sticks. Pruka takes the snap. He rolls out to his right. He's looking to throw. Still looking. Fires it over the middle. It's almost intercepted. As making a great break on the ball was the safety, Ben Beal. He saw that play coming all the way. And Ben Beal, if he intercepts that, might take it all the way back. Instead, it falls incomplete. 4th and 26 coming up, and here comes Evan Faust and the punt unit for Highland.
Yeah, a dangerous throw there. I mean, you threw it into triple coverage. It might have had that receiver on the backside. I think it was Jake Weber over there. It looked like he might have come open on the post, but Pruka threw it into triple coverage and was fortunate to not have that picked off.
9:32 to go, 3rd quarter, 17-0 Walsh, and they're about to get the ball back. Faust stands all the way back near the goal line. He takes the snap, and it's a bad punt. It's going to land near the 35, gets a good roll at least, but it's going to go out of bounds near the 45-yard line of Highland, and Walsh is just living in Highland territory. They're going to take over in Highland territory when we come back from this break on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Right back here at North Gateway Tire Field, home of the Highland Hornets, where it is very quiet right now because Walsh just forced Highland into a punt again, and after a little bit of a rough punt by Evan Faust, Highland is going to have to defend Walsh inside their own territory again. Tarnowski is going to hand the ball off, and up the middle goes the running back for Walsh. Again, that is Dom Courtade. Oh, no, they gave it to Mason Rogers, so it was Rogers that fell forward, picked up only about 3 yards down near the 42-yard line.
Yeah, I expect to see more of this from Walsh here in the second half. I mean, it just a lot of power running, just straight in between the tackles here for Walsh, as this big, sizable offensive line for Walsh has been getting a good push up front all game. And when you have physical runners like Rogers and Courtade carrying the load and just breaking tackles the way they are, there's no reason to not kill time off the clock here.
Tarnowski waits in the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Courtade and Rogers in the backfield. It's going to be a little quick sling out to the outside in the flat, completed out across the 40, down to about the 37-yard line goes Caden Levert. Levert picks up a few yards there and makes it a 3rd and manageable, and now this time it is an injured Highland Hornet on the field after the play. And so Caden Levert was the recipient of that 75-yard explosive play right before halftime that set up a field goal. That time he just picks up good positive yards, and it will be 3rd down and 2. And as they tend to this injured player for Highland, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with more right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
WEOL.com is your home for local Lorain County sports. See all the latest sports news from around the county, featuring stories by the team at the Chronicle Telegram. Check out our upcoming broadcast schedule to see when your favorite games will be streamed live and free. Find the latest scores all in one place so you never feel behind on the action. And if that's not enough, we have you covered with the latest highlights.
Their pass intercepted by Cowling. Cowling coming the other way. Goes up for the shot, made it, and he's fouled.
WEOL.com, your home for local Lorain County sports.
Out of the timeout, it was Evan Faust. He's out of the game, but he ran off under his own power, so that's good. Now they're going to run a Dom Courtade straight up the middle, who just kind of turns his back and chugs his legs across the 35 down to the 33, which gives him enough for a 1st down. And it'll be 1st down and 10. Walsh from the 33-yard line of Highland.
And you know what the interesting thing, Mike, is they're doing all of this, and Campbell Land I think only has 1 target tonight.
I think he has 2, and they haven't connected on either one.
Yeah, yeah, that's right, 2, and he's the featured wide receiver in this offense, and it's just Walsh Jesuit just showing off all of their arsenal tonight as Sam Barrett and Caleb Brunson are making plays in the receiving game, as well as Don Courtade and Mason Rogers throwing the football.
1st and 10 from the Highland 33-yard line. Going to be another handoff. This is Courtade again, who's going to fall forward across the 30 down to the 28-yard line. So give him about 5 yards on that 1st down carry. And again, they're gouging Highland for 5-6 yards at a time on these runs. And why do anything else at this point?
No.
And again, if you're Nick Alexander, the head coach of the Walsh Jesuit Warriors, David Tarnowski's coming off a major arm surgery, and I know it's been a while and he's had a chance to fully recover, but still, let's let this guy get back into it. Let's let him slowly get into it. If we can just run the ball down their throats up 17-0, why not?
Yeah, and they've been doing it since the beginning of the game, Mike.
Yep.
It's just Highland's been coming up with a big defensive play or 2 here and there to kill drives.
So here we go, 2nd down and 5 from the 28 of Highland. This is going to be a pass play. Tarnowski fires it over here near side, completed at the 25, out to the 20, across the 20, down to the 15-yard line as Sam Barrett, and it looked like there were a lot of Highland players around Sam Barrett that didn't really put their helmet into him, and Barrett was able to just keep chugging forward, and now he is back into the Stewart's TV and Appliance red zone.
Yeah, Chatham Phillips that time didn't get out to the flat, which is the zone he had to cover, as Sam Barrett was just sitting there wide open waiting for the pass. An easy completion for Tarnowski, and Barrett put some moves on, showed some elusiveness, and got the 1st down into the red zone. So Walsh threatening here once again.
Yeah, complete control for the Warriors. 6:10 to go. Third quarter, 17-0 Walsh over Highland. Threatening to score again inside the red zone from the 15-yard line. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. It's just going to be a keeper for Ternosky. He runs left side, gets hit, manages to fight forward to the 10-yard line, and that's where he's brought down. Another gain of, well, they're going to mark him at the 11, so it's a gain of 4. It's 2nd down and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, again, I mean, nothing fancy, Mike. I mean, you don't really have much to say there when it's just a power running football up in between the tackles, and it's just straight ahead, north and south, and Dom Courtade using his power, using his legs to break tackles and gaining extra yards, and Walsh, the running game, just dominating the line of scrimmage this entire game.
It'll be interesting to see stats after this game because it's also just really interesting to see Highland without much of a running game on their side. We haven't seen that in forever. So 2nd and 6 here from the 11-yard line. Snap is back. It is going to be a handoff. It's Courtade. He is met right at the line of scrimmage and brought down there. As in on the tackle, I saw Lucas Grillis shoot in there. As when Lucas Grillis gets his hands on you usually don't get away, and he did that there. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6. So they need the 5-yard line for a 1st down. But again, in the red zone here, they're looking to get into the end zone for the 2nd time this game. Again, Walsh has scored their 17 points on 3 field goals by Oliver Nono and 1 touchdown, a run by Dom Courtade of 11 yards. That's how they got to 17, and they're looking to add on. 4:30 to go, 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 6. 2 receivers far side right, 1 near side to the left. In the shotgun. Ternosky takes it. He rolls to his right. It's just going to be a little screen. It's out there, but there's a lot of Highland defenders, and they're going to defend it well. Out across the 10, down to about the 9-yard line, but nowhere else to go. And I believe that was Caden Levert again on that reception. As gain of 2 is going to make it 4th down and 4. And why not send Oliver Nono back out there for his 4th field goal of the game?
It was actually John Wolschleger, Mike.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, 5'11", 200-pound third running back on the roster there. But that pass that time was floated up a little too much, and it was short. And Wolschleger had to come back for that football, and it allowed the pursuit from the Highland defense to force the tackle for loss. And here we go with Nono again.
27-yard attempt for Nono. And did he get it in the uprights? He sure did. 4 field goals for Oliver Nono as he has scored 12 of Walsh's 20 points. And with 3:38 to go, it's 20-0 Walsh over Highland. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with more right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Hi, Tim Elkhorn, radio voice of the Cavs. For several years, you've heard me talk about Eco-Tree Services on WEOL. Recently, I needed trees removed, so of course, I contacted Eco-Tree. They did an incredible job. The folks at Eco-Tree were timely, efficient, and the work was flawless. Take it from me. When your trees need attention or even require removal, contact Eco-Tree Services. Like me, you'll love their work. Find Eco-Tree Services online at ecotreeservices.com.
And back out here, 3:38 to go at North Gateway Tire Field, Highland High School, where the Hornets are in just a super unfamiliar territory, trailing 20-0 to Walsh Jesuit. And again, Highland going through some big changes, not just personnel changes, but they've switched over to the national side of the Suburban League, so now they're going to be on the same side as Wadsworth. They're going to be on the same side as Nordonia and Hudson, and that's a really good conference over there. So their games all season are going to be much harder than what they're used to. And then their non-conference schedule is really good again, so credit to them for scheduling this, but then they moved over into Region 5, as I said before, Chad, so get to the playoffs, and you're going to be looking at Walsh. And you're going to be looking at Hoban and Wadsworth again because Wadsworth moved too. And it's going to be another, I don't know what we're yelling about. We got flags. It's going to be a flag out there. It's another touchback. Nono booted the Eco-Tree Services kickoff through the end zone again, and then a flag came in late. But, hey, if you're Avon, as we know, back-to-back state champs, had that big emotional win last night. You just watched Highland and Wadsworth leave your region. You got to be thinking, sweet. But who jumped into that region?
Toledo Central Catholic.
Toledo Central Catholic. That's a kick right there. That's tough. We're going to wave this flag off.
And you know who else might be in there too, Mike. And I don't know exactly what region they put them in, but Glenville, now that they joined with Collinwood, is going to be either in Region 5 or 6 in Division 2 if they go in there as well. So Avon's going to have some problems.
Yeah, that's going to be tough.
Yeah.
3:38 to go. They pick the flag up after the kickoff, so it'll be Highland ball at the 20-yard line as this offense just looking to get something going. And it looks like we may be back in the Wildcat, and it's a fumble again. Another fumble inside the 20-yard line, this time just a messed up handoff, as I believe that was DePompey in there at quarterback, and they were trying to do that kind of read option, and he tried to pull the ball out of his running back's belly, Colton Winston, and the ball just popped out, and it's another big loss, 2nd and 17 upcoming.
Yeah,
it's got to be the focus. You got to clean up this stuff, but again, just on a bigger level, this offense set up this way cannot play behind the sticks.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. I mean, between that and the execution issues that you have, I believe that's their 5th fumble tonight. So you got to play cleaner football if you're Highland going forward.
Pruka back in, and he tried to run the ball to the left. He's going to lose 3 or 4 more yards, and more celebrations and more referees yelling at the coaches. But again, that was all the way back at the 10-yard line, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 20 for Highland. And yeah, Walsh is celebrating, but they're putting a hurting on a team that was in the Elite 8 last year. And no matter who the changes are, you come into somebody else's building week 1, those kids are fired up.
Yeah, I mean.
That was John Walslager again on the tackle, by the way.
Yeah, there you go. The running back that came in to take the screen pass.
So here we go on 3rd down. And about 19, they said the 11-yard line. So they got to get to the 30 for a first. Pruka takes the snap. He fires it left side. Got a man out there, but it's short and incomplete. And Evan Faust is going to come back out, and Highland's going to punt it away.
That play actually had a chance there, Mike. Pruka actually put that ball in a good spot. Receiver made a break on it. He just wasn't ready for the football as he turned around. Falls aimlessly to the turf, and Highland's going to have to punt the football away again. And
once again, Walsh more likely than not to be starting this series inside Highland territory. 2:08 to go in the 3rd quarter. 20-0 Walsh, as Evan Faust is standing inside of his own end zone. And awaiting this one is Xavier Steele. He's standing about the 40-yard line. It's a line drive kick and should get a good roll. It will. Steele will field it. No, he won't. He'll let it bounce across midfield inside Walsh territory down to the 47-yard line. And that is where the Warriors will take over, as it looks like they're just going to run it out real quick here. So we'll keep it here on this little break. But that's, I mean, I think for me, Chad, as we just talk about how, and maybe this is a Walsh team that's going to be a Final Four contender again. They should be.
Yeah.
So I don't know. You don't want to read too much into what happens week 1, a whole bunch of new players, a new system, all that stuff. But I think the overarching theme is 2nd and 9 is way better than 2nd and 17.
Yeah.
I mean, just stay ahead of the.
How did you figure that one
Well,
out,
I'm
Mike?
just saying, years past, you could have a 5-yard loss and you'd be all right.
Sure, right.
This team isn't going to be all right with 5, 7, 10-yard losses.
No, it is not.
So here comes David Ternosky. He takes the snap, hands it off up the middle across midfield, and we got a flag that comes in late. And the umpire threw this one, so let's see what the call is. As it was Dom Courtade who picked up about 5 yards there on the run, but it looks like this one may be coming back.
Looks like an injured Walsh Jesuit guy in the play now, too, again, Mike.
Yeah, another cramp.
A little cramp going on.
Lots of cramps. We see that very often, August football here in Northeast Ohio. Hold on, we're waiting on it, and they're going to get a holding against Walsh Jesuit.
Looks like Dom Courtade, Mike, is shaken up with a cramp on the play.
Yep.
Get that man some Gatorade.
We're going to get senior Sean Murphy on the hold, so that'll back up Walsh, and we'll take a quick break here as they tend to Dom Courtade, and we'll be back with more right here on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Industries are changing
Weird
quickly,
hearing you say
and
that.
this means new high-paying jobs are showing up every day. Employers are ready to hire now. The best part? Lorain County Community College offers free fast-track programs designed to get you working in 16 weeks or less. You will learn the skills, get hired, and finally find a job you love in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, trades, business, information technology. Don't wait. Enroll today.
Dom Courtade is up, but walking very gingerly off the field. He has been a workhorse for Walsh Jesuit, so they got to take care of that kid. With 1:51 to go here in the third quarter and leading 20-0. We've seen some good things out of Mason Rogers and even John Walshleger, who's made a couple plays on offense and defense. And so take care of Dom Cortada. It's a long season ahead if you're Nick Alexander and Walsh.
Mike, we got another tight one over there with Berea Mid-Park and Brunswick. Titans up 28-21 right now.
What a game. So after the holding penalty, it's 1st and 17 back inside Walsh territory at the 40-yard line. Tarnowski takes the snap. Hands it off. That's, I think, Rogers. He rolls up dangerously into one of his offensive linemen. He's brought down right at the line of scrimmage. A good play there defensively for the Highland Hornets. Make it 2nd down and 17. Again, no gain on the play. And who else making a play like that but Evan Faust?
Yeah, Evan Faust, the leader on this defense. He was the leader on this defense last year.
I think maybe even the year before.
Maybe the year before and maybe 3 years ago, I think. But, yeah, I mean, the guy will just come up and take your head off. He just wants to put his head right in your numbers every single play, and there was no different on that play.
So Walsh really slowing it down here as we hit a minute to go in the third quarter. 2 receivers will go far side, 2 will come near side, and it will be Rogers in the backfield with Tarnowski. Tarnowski in the shotgun. He awaits the snap. He's got it. It's going to be play action. Now he's looking left side. He's going to fire down the sideline. He's got a man there, and it's intercepted. That ball is intercepted by Highland. What a play at the 40-yard line as another one of these kids that's made a bunch of plays today, Jake Weber, cut off that pass, got a foot down, and Highland will take over right at their own 40-yard line. There's a little jolt of energy for the Hornets.
Boy, Mike, if I'm picking a player of the game right now for Highland, it's definitely Jake Weber. His coverage skills and that pickoff play right there, he's been all over these Walsh Jesuit receivers on his side of the field all game, and that's another play right there. That's another play indicative of how he's played this football game tonight, making a nice diving catch for the turnover. No, are they going to say he was out of bounds?
Oh, they're
going to say he was out of bounds. They're waving it off.
So they're waving it off. I haven't even seen like an official signal yet.
Maybe they said he dropped it. I don't know.
And again, from our vantage point, the whole bench is in the way, so maybe he did. Maybe he came down out of bounds. Here, we'll get something from the official right here. Let's see if we can hear it. Oh, no. One of those games for Highland. So a personal foul face mask is going to negate what a great play that was on the interception, but it's going to be a 15-yard penalty, and instead of 2nd and 17, it's going to be 2nd down and 2, as that will move Walsh all the way inside of Highland territory to the 45-yard line.
Man, and this is one thing you talked about, even in the good years. Highland has sometimes their over-aggression really kills them, and it rears its ugly head on that play.
So Tarnowski now with new life. Going to hand the ball off to Rogers. He's got a seam up the middle. He's across the 40, fighting forward down inside the 38, down near the 37-yard line. So it's a first down run for Rogers. And now Walsh will be able to run the clock out here in the third quarter. We will take it to the fourth quarter as Walsh is 12 minutes away from their first win, and what a big win it is over the Highland Hornets if they can hang on to a 20-0 lead for one more quarter. This is WEOL, and it's on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Looking for a dependable vehicle without the hassle? Make the smart choice with Jay's Auto Sales in Wadsworth. Since 1986, Jay's has believed in transparent pricing, professional service, and building long-term relationships with every customer. Each vehicle is thoroughly inspected, backed by a 30-day, 1,500-mile warranty, and supported by a family-owned team that treats you with honesty and respect. Visit Jay's Auto Sales on High Street in Wadsworth or browse their inventory online at jaysautosalesinc.net. Experience the difference at Jay's Auto Sales. Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step, and they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
It is fourth quarter time here at North Gateway Tire Field, home of the Highland Hornets, and it's been all Walsh, and it's still all Walsh. 20-0 is the lead for the Walsh Jesuit Warriors as they now have a 1st and 10 at the Highland 37-yard line as they look to add on to their lead. David Ternosky in the shotgun, takes the snap. It's a low snap, and it's just picked up, and Rogers goes up the middle. He's across the 30, across the 25, and brought down near the 23-yard line. It's just that kind of night. Chad, I think if you could put this night into just one description, it was just that perfect thing right there. We saw it. Highland got a 4th down stop early in the game. Next play, fumble.
Right.
Highland gets an interception. Oh, wait, it's called back on a face mask. Walsh fumbles the snap.
Has trouble picking it up.
Have trouble picking it up and still gains like 20 yards on the play. It just is no matter what goes bad for Walsh, the next thing goes well for them.
Right.
1st down and 10 from the 23-yard line of Highland. Ternosky, another low snap. He picks this one up. This is Rogers again, who fights his way up the middle, still rolling around, and he's down inside the 20, down near the 16-yard line, so give him about 7 yards on that 1st down carry. And once again, that puts Walsh into a very familiar place. What place is that? That's the Stewart's TV and Appliance Red Zone on Cleveland Street in Elyria. It's Stewart's TV and Appliance. 11 minutes to go. Walsh in the red zone. They've got a 2nd down and 2. Again, they're up 20-0. They've only scored 1 touchdown in this game. 4 field goals by their outstanding kicker, Oliver Nono, including a 51-yarder. And then 1 touchdown by Dom Courtad. That's how we got to where we're at. Snap is back, hand off to Rogers again. Huge hole on the left side. He's up there inside the 10, inside the 5, and down around the 4-yard line. And it'll be 1st down and goal for Walsh.
Yeah, nice job there by Rogers finding the cutback lane, which the Highland defense over-pursued that time. He was able to get a few extra yards that play, and it's 1st and goal for Walsh.
Well, and this is just kind of what you expect to see too, Chad. A game where you just get worn down and worn down and worn down. How much can Highland stand up to what Walsh has been doing and to the fact that this Highland defense has been on the field all game long?
Yeah, 100%.
Eventually, these holes are going to open up, and that's exactly what's happened here. 10 minutes to go. It's 1st down and goal. Walsh looking to put this game away. Ternosky in the shotgun. He's got the snap, hands it off. It's Rogers right up the middle. He's met near the goal line. He's fighting forward, but he's brought down, and it looks like he's right at the 1-yard line. So he picks up 4 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 1 for Walsh.
Would expect Walsh to just punch this in right here and really put the nail in the coffin in this game, as this offensive line has just dominated the line of scrimmage on this Highland defense the entire game, which is weird to say. I know we've been harping on it all game, but it's weird to say that Highland was actually dominated in a football game outside of an Avon.
Right,
team.
yeah, right, exactly.
Outside of an Avon team.
And even against, I was looking at that Avon game we did last year. It was, what was it, like 21-12 or something at halftime.
Yeah.
It wasn't like,
right.
This is.
But then it's.
Yep. Here we go. 2nd down and goal from the 1-yard line. Ternosky takes it, hands it to Rogers. He falls forward. Did he get in? Couldn't tell. I think he was short. Yeah, he just kind of fell.
Yeah, I think he just tried to fall in. He thought he was there.
He
got
came up
the
short.
ball across the plane, and he was not.
3rd down and goal from the 1. Yeah, that was one of those. That reminded me of one of those like Madden plays where you dive for the end zone, but you come up at the 1-yard line. You're like, oh.
The ref was like, nope.
Oh, no. That's all right. Walsh got another crack at it. And at this point in this game, you probably take 2 cracks at it. You want that 2nd touchdown. 2 receivers left. One comes all the way over here. That's Levert to the right. Snap is back. Hand off. Rogers again. He fights forward again. No signal yet. And we do have a signal on the far side of the field. Rogers fights forward for a 1-yard touchdown. And their 2nd of the game. Rogers' 1st of the game. And that makes it 26-0 Walsh.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, nothing fancy. Nothing fancy, just to run straight ahead. You got to think, like you said, Mike, that we're going to take 2 cracks at it to get the ball across the goal line, and it only took 1, and Rogers gets in for the touchdown, and Walsh just adds to their commanding lead.
26-0. No in for the extra point. Look out over there if you're by the scoreboard, because it's coming your way. It's up, and it's good. And that makes it 27-0 Walsh. Highland gets the ball. 8:29 to go in the game as soon as we come back from this break on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Experience the convenience of buying from Mike Bass Ford, just a short drive from anywhere.
I work and fly out of Hopkins every week. It only takes me 27 minutes to get to Mike Bass Ford. I'm downtown, and I'm only 25 minutes from Mike Bass Ford.
I'm in Sandusky, and I'm only 30 minutes away from Mike Bass Ford.
All roads lead to Mike Bass Ford. I-90 at Detroit, exit 148.
You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford.
Back, 8:29 to go. North Gateway Tire Field here in Medina County, where the Highland Hornets it's a whole new look Hornets. It's a lot of guys getting used to new roles with this team, and with 8:29 to go, Walsh Jesuit is welcoming. It's a rude welcome to their new look, as they've got a 27-0 lead as they just scored on a Rogers 1-yard touchdown run, and it's just been all Walsh all night long.
Last updated score, Mike, over there on the Chronicle Telegram channel 1, Keystone 24, Norwayne 7. Norwayne, usually a very good football team there out of Wayne County.
North
Wildcats dominating them.
So shout out to the Wildcats. They look like they're getting their season off on the right foot, as this kickoff is away and through the end zone for a touchback. And just like all of our kickoffs, remember that one was brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your trusted tree care company. Also, I want to point out that like all of our touchdowns, I know we've had a lot of field goals tonight, only 2 touchdowns, but our touchdowns are brought to you by Mike Bass Ford. You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. 8:29 to go. Highland going to run that offense back out. Johnny Pruka in at quarterback. Colton Winston. Good reminder by the PA guy here at Highland that it's dark outside at night. Colton Winston stands in the pistol behind Pruka. Pruka, play action, looking to throw. Dumps it off to Winston. He's got a little screen set up across the 20 at the 21, but just wrecked right there. A good defensive play as Drew Walschlager comes in and makes the tackle. So a gain that looked like it could have been a gain of 10, 12 yards. Instead, it winds up just being 2, and it's going to be 2nd down and 8. Clock ticks down, 8 minutes to go, 27-0 Walsh over Highland. Highland with the football at their own 22-yard line. Pruka takes the snap, looks to throw, fires, and that ball is intercepted. Pruka threw way wide of his intended receiver, and it gets intercepted. Ben Beal, who's made a couple nice plays. He almost had an interception earlier in this game. He comes up with one here with 7:51 to go. Walsh Jesuit is going to take over right near the Highland 25-yard line.
Yeah, from this angle, it didn't look that wide, Mike, but it must have been, as it was way far out of the reach of D. Pompey, his intended receiver, and Beal comes in, shows nice pursuit and makes the interception, and Walsh Jesuit has their 3rd turnover of the game.
27-0 Walsh. They've recovered 2 fumbles. Highland has 2 other fumbles that they recovered. And Walsh has almost picked off about 3 passes. They did get that one as Beal came up with it, a nice diving play. And now here comes this Walsh offense again. And this is going to be a little quarterback keeper, and Highland read it well. That's going to be a tackle for a loss. Back on the other side of the 25, back near the 27-yard line, so a loss of 3 or 4 yards as Ternowski tried to hang on to the ball and run out around the left side, but he got met there by Highland's defense, and it's a loss, making it 2nd and 13.
Score update, Mike Menner has taken the lead. It breaks the tie over there at the JTO as they lead Olmsted Falls 24-17 in a tight one.
It's week 1. So good to be back, so good to have it back. We hope you're enjoying it. We hope you're enjoying being able to watch it on the YouTube channel. We're going to be doing it all season long, all around Medina County. Snap is back on 2nd and long. Little screen pass set up. It's Levert on the catch. He's across the 25. Makes a nice cut up the field. He's got a man to beat. He tries to get out of a tackle, but he's brought down. But what a move and what a run there by Levert. And he's going to pick up the 1st down as he's dragged out of bounds right at the 10-yard line. That's an 18-yard gain. And Caden Levert, kid's only a sophomore, but you've seen him pick up a 75-yard. What's that? That's 4 or 5 catches on this game. He's one of those guys. I know you got the big targets chat on the outside, but if you're Walsh, get the ball into the hands of Caden Levert. He makes things happen.
Yeah, there was much talk about him in the season preview, Mike. There's only a sophomore, but he's showing his athleticism tonight and his way his elusiveness by breaking tackles and and his speed turning on the Jets for a big gain there.
First and goal now from the 10-yard line in the Stewart's Appliance TV and Appliance red zone as the handoff goes up the middle, and it's a gain of 4 down to the 6-yard line.
We've got a new quarterback in here for Walsh Jesuit, Mike Shea Kinsey, the one who we talked about prior to the game with Ken Carmen.
Yes.
Who had a play approved on Instagram by Peyton Manning there, Jared.
I wonder if they're going to run it.
Maybe.
Run the Peyton.
Run the Peyton. It's called the Manning.
Shea Kinsey, listen, they love David Ternosky. He's a senior. They feel like they are in very good hands with Shea Kinsey after his tenure is up. So Kinsey, big, tall kid, number 14. Stands in the shotgun, feet right on the 10-yard line. Second and goal from the 6. 5:43 to go in the game. And Walsh looking to add on to a commanding lead. He's going to hand it off right up the middle. Now bouncing to the outside, down across the 5-yard line near the 4-yard line. And that is their running back. And that's number 4, Jaden Koenig. And this is always the fun part of a game, Chad, where I've got a whole spotting board with big numbers, easy to see, starters and backups.
Yes.
And then we get into this part of the game, and it's the backups, and now I got to look at the very small letters and numbers on the roster.
Yeah. Well, you got to challenge you somehow, Mike. Got to keep you on your toes somehow.
That's exactly right. That's exactly what I need is more of a challenge. 5 minutes to go in this game, 27-0. Walsh with the lead, 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and goal from the 4. As Kinsey takes the snap, hands it back to Koenig. He runs left side. He's got a hole, and he's going to punch it into the end zone. A 4-yard touchdown run for Koenig. And that makes it 33-0. And of all the outcomes that could have happened in this game, I'm not sure I saw a running clock coming against the Highland Hornets.
No.
On their own field.
It's a very rare occasion, if at all it ever happens.
I don't know that I've ever seen it happen.
Yeah, me neither.
So 4-yard run for Koenig. Good for that kid. Just got into the game here in garbage time, as Walsh will look to extend this up to 34-0 with the extra point. But a nice run there by Koenig, and he had a couple nice runs there as Nono punches the extra point up and through, and that makes it 34-0. And again, that touchdown was brought to you by Mike Bass Ford. You get a great deal and a great deal more at Mike Bass Ford. We'll take up a quick break. We'll be back with the last 4 minutes of this one right after this on WEOL on the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Enjoy bigger buys and bigger discounts during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. Save thousands when you bundle eligible name brand appliances. Or get loads of savings on GE Profile washers and dryers while supplies last. Plus, we offer 0% financing and free local delivery. We're rewarding you for all your hard work with great deals during the Labor Day sale at Stewart's TV and Appliance. When you shop Stewart's, it's all about you.
34-0 is the score. Walsh Jesuit is crushing the Highland Hornets. And what a way to start your season. Again, a game that was not originally on the schedule. They agreed to add this to the schedule. Walsh called Highland and said, hey, let's do this. Highland said, okay. And listen, credit to both teams. I love when teams put these kind of games on the schedule. I'm not sure even Walsh thought they were going to come in here and do 34-0, though. It has been a thing of beauty. If you're a Walsh Jesuit fan, it's been an absolute thing of beauty, just domination up and down the field. And if you're Highland, Chad, you just got to take this one. You got to move past it. You're going to have some winnable games coming up, so you got to make something happen. The kickoff's away, fielded in the end zone, which is an automatic touchback here in high school football. And so Highland will once again take over at their own 20. And again, that kickoff, as all of our kickoffs, brought to you by Eco Tree Services, your trusted tree care company.
Yeah, watch the tape, learn from it, burn it, move on to next
That's
week.
exactly right. No season ever ended after week one. Well, I shouldn't say that. There were some situations in high school football in Ohio last year where seasons ended after week 2. So we shouldn't say that, but one loss won't wreck your season, especially against a good team.
Correct.
3 minutes to go, clock running, so these last 3 minutes should burn out pretty quick as Highland will take over. And was there a penalty? Yeah. I didn't even hear a penalty called. I don't know what the penalty was. I don't know that the official ever even called it, but they backed Highland up 10 yards. And so the Hornets are going to take over at their own 10-yard line. So here comes Highland, looking to get some just positive stuff going. Pruka is going to have a little quarterback keeper. He's got plenty of room out to the right side, and he's got blockers in front of him. He skips through a tackle, gets out across the 20-yard line, brought down there. And actually that, I got to see a number here. Might have been Myers.
That's me.
No, Colton Waddle. You called for him, the sophomore.
There we go, might as well.
And Colton Waddle with a nice run there. They ran a little read option. He made the right read. And he picked up a 12-yard gain. 1st and 10, Highland from their own 22-yard line. Clock down to 2 minutes. And running. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Waddle's looking left. Now he's going to roll to his left. Now he's going to run it again. And he's going to run right into a defender. Going to go down there. It's going to be a gain of maybe 3 yards out to the 25. It'll be 2nd down and 7. So Walsh Jesuit will advance to 1-0 on the season, and it's a statement game. No matter what Highland's offense look like, no matter how much work they have to do, this is a statement game for everybody that's going to play Walsh Jesuit. You better believe Hoban's watching this game. You better believe anybody in the Division II area is watching this game, as this is a handoff coming out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And that's a pretty good run right there for Highland, as that's Levi Clark, the sophomore, as he picks up another 1st down out across the 30 to the 31. 1 minute to go in this ball game. 2 receivers right, 1 near side here to the left, pistol formation. Waddle takes the snap, hands it off to the outside. A good run here out across the 40, across the 41. This will be another 1st down run by Levi Clark. Levi Clark, 5'11", 185-pound sophomore. We'll see how fast the Hornets choose to go. Right now they don't have to run another play, but they will just to get these guys some work. Clock under 30 seconds. This may be the last play of the game. Waddle in the pistol, same formation. Takes the snap. It's going to be a play action. He's looking to throw, fights out of a little pressure. Then he's going to run, scramble along the left side, and he gets pushed into the Highland bench out near the 48-yard line. It's a gain of 6, clock down to 10 seconds. And I do not think we're going to get another play in. I think this is going to be a final. The clock will count down to 0. And that's going to do it here from North Gateway Tire Field, where the Walsh Jesuit Warriors have come in and dominated the Highland Hornets. They shut them out. 34-0 is the final score. We are going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, it is post-game showtime, where we'll talk to you about how this game went. We'll give you scores from around the area, and we'll talk to you about next week, and it's all brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club right after this on WEOL and the Chronicle Telegram YouTube channel.
Now's the time to start planning your 2027 golf outing at Mallard Creek Golf Club. With 36 beautifully maintained holes, 4 pavilions, stock pro shop, and an expansive driving range, Mallard Creek is the perfect venue for groups of any size. From start to finish, their friendly staff will walk you through every step. And they're a trusted home for charity fundraisers and community events. Dates can book up fast, so call David Venezuela at 440-748-8231 or visit themallardcreek.com to reserve your 2027 outing today.
At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we offer great service and a great selection of vehicles. And right now, get 0% financing for 36 months on all new Ford vehicles in stock. At Nick Abraham Elyria Ford, we make it that easy. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
Looking to buy, sell, or refinance? Make sure your investment is protected with Network Land Title Agency. As a locally owned title and escrow company, Network Land Title helps safeguard you from financial loss caused by defects in a property title, giving you peace of mind every step of the way. With services available across all 88 counties in Ohio, their experienced team is ready to help wherever you are. Visit networklandtitle.com today. Network Land Title Agency, safeguarding your investment, ensuring peace of mind.
At Nick Abraham Buick GMC, we make it that easy with more value, more choices, and less hassle. Right now, lease a 2026 GMC Sierra for just $199 a month, or buy the Buick Envista for just $23,350. Stop in or shop us at buyabraham.com.
And welcome on in to the Mallard Creek Golf Club post-game show, brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club. Book your tee time today at The Duck. Michael Keefe, Chad Meyer joining you from North Gateway Tire Field, where Walsh Jesuit just put on an absolute clinic, dominant up front from beginning to end, and offensively things took off for them a little bit more in the second half. 34-0 is the final score as Walsh goes to 1-0 on the season. Highland falls to 0-1. And some new experiences coming up for Mike Gibbons and his Highland Hornets. They haven't had to be in this position very often, but they find themselves there now. Chad Meyer, I mean, what do you say about it? It's just, it was a great outing by Walsh. It was, when we talked to Nick Alexander before the game, their head coach, he really wanted to credit his offensive line. He was excited about bringing 3 offensive linemen back. He wanted to credit his defensive line, and really, there were a lot of guys that made really good plays, but in the trenches, that offensive line and that defensive line, that's what won them the game.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this game is still won up front, and Walsh Jesuit just dominated Highland on both sides of the football tonight, getting constant pushes up front. I mean, there weren't, Highland made some plays defensively, but for the most part, Walsh Jesuit was getting 4, 5, 6 yards of crack on the ground tonight. And anytime you give up that amount in the running game, coupled with the turnovers that Highland gave up tonight, I believe there was 3, maybe 4. It's a tough recipe to win a football game if you're Highland. So credit to Walsh Jesuit. They came in here and they just, I would call it a methodically dominating win over Highland here, right? I mean, Walsh Jesuit didn't really do anything fancy. They ran the football, used the line of scrimmage, got north and south real fast, passed when they had to. We were able to come up with a few big plays in the passing game, and it was just a methodical beating here by Walsh Jesuit tonight.
Sure was, as the Walsh Jesuit kids get out of their post-game speech with Coach Nick Alexander, and they go have a party with their fans over on their sideline. And again, when you think about the schedule of these two teams, Chad, when you look at what Walsh Jesuit has coming up, Springfield next week. Last year, that was an 8-5 Springfield team.
Right.
Toledo Central Catholic the week after. We know what they did. They lost a state championship game last year.
Yeah.
St. Ignatius the week after that. Listen, I know they were 1-10 last year, but we saw St. Ignatius with a lead over Avon with 14 seconds left in the game last night. And it's not the same St. Ignatius team as last year, so that's going to be tough. And then you get Hoban and St. Vincent St. Mary, not a great team. Ursuline, who knows, after missing the whole year last year basically. But Youngstown Ursuline, Bishop Watterson later, Trotwood Madison later. Like, this is a gauntlet schedule, Chad.
Yeah.
And so to kick it off with a 34-0 win over Highland, that is a heck of a way to propel yourself into the what's to come.
Yeah, an absolute juggernaut of a schedule. There's no week off at all. I mean, Walsh Jesuit typically only plays 9 games, but it's 9 games that are essentially playoff games, playoff caliber games. So it's a great way to start off the year if you're Walsh Jesuit, 1-0. But I mean, really, with that schedule, you could go 2-7 and make the playoffs on secondary points alone with that schedule. So it's a tough road ahead, but a good start here tonight for the Warriors.
Well, the team I just watched isn't going 2-7 this year.
No.
I can pretty much say that. On the other side, though, Highland's got to find a way to bounce back from this. And again, Mike Gibbons is an awesome coach, so you got to have faith that he'll find a way to get his kids to bounce back. But we're talking about a tough schedule for Walsh. This is the toughest schedule Highland will play, or Highland has played in forever. Because not only do they have Walsh, and then Strongsville next week, and then Avon Lake, who's putting up a good game against Strongsville the week after that. But then it's, because they switched, it's Nordonia. Then they get Medina, and we'll see if Medina is better with a decent quarterback, if Larry Laird gets those guys playing again. It's even decent team. You got Wadsworth and Hudson. This is going to be a gauntlet schedule for Highland as well, so they've got a lot of work to do to get themselves ready for a lot of those games. Chad, you're working over there on scores from around the area.
Yes, I am.
So, actually, while you finish that up, I will give us just a quick breakdown of how we got to that 34-0, and then we'll do scores, we'll give out a player of the game, and we will get out of here. But again, all the scores come by way of Walsh Jesuit as they shut out the Highland Hornets. And it started with field goals early and often. It started in the first quarter where Oliver Nano, with 3:55 to go, kicked a 25-yard field goal after a good stand by this defense for Highland, made it 3-0. And then it was just about 2 minutes later, another good stand by the Highland defense after 2 consecutive fumble turnovers by Highland's offense. And they trotted Nano out for a 51-yard field goal attempt, and he crushed it home to make it 6-0. That was the score after 1. In the second quarter, it would be the first Mike Bassford touchdown of the game scored by Walsh, as it was Courtad who ran it in from 11 yards out. Beal would score the 2-point conversion. That made it 14-0. And then right as time expired in the first half, Nano would connect on a 19-yard field goal to make it 17-0. Third quarter was Nano again. A 27-yard field goal made it 20-0. That's where we stood after 3. And then 2 touchdowns, 2 Mike Bassford touchdowns in the fourth quarter. 1-yard run by Rogers to make it 27-0. And then the nightcap, if you will, with 4:32 to go in the game, a 4-yard run by Koenig made it 34-0. And that is how we got to the final score here tonight. Walsh Jesuit, a 34-0 winner over Highland. Chad, give us some of those scores from around the area.
Sure. Sounds good. Here. Just finished the last one, Mike, so we're in a good spot. Again, these last score updates that I just saw, we went over at halftime. Avon beats St. Ignatius last night 22-21. Hobart drops their first game of the season to West Orange, Florida, 28-24. Last I saw updated, Keystone was up on Norway 24-7. And then Strongsville, Avon Lake making a furious comeback in that game, 24-22.
Wow.
Strongsville is down by 2, trying to come all the way back in that game. Findlay 27-7 over Medina, and that game is in the third quarter. Berea Midpark 28, Brunswick 21. A lot of big plays in that game. Wadsworth, I haven't gotten an updated score from them in a while, but last I saw it was 21-6. Wadsworth over Cleveland Heights. Cloverleaf, no update there, but still 10-6 at the half. Hillsdale 21-0, shutting out Black River. Nordonia all over St. Vincent St. Mary 49-7. Ashland beating Bay 20-0. Hudson is all over Austintown Fitch 24-9. Kenston beating Solon 19-7. North Royalton shutting out Valley Forge tonight 23-0. A good one in Aurora tonight as Aurora leading Stowe 29-21. Last I saw, Menor was beating Olmsted Falls 24-17. Steubenville, the Big Red down there in the hills of southern Ohio, beating the Riverside Beavers 28-14. Last I saw, Euclid and Brush. Euclid got a safety, still up 2-0. Lorraine and Maple Heights couldn't find a score there. Holy Name all over Normandy 45-6. No score with Rhodes and Firelands. Midview beating Westlake 27-14. Eastlake North is pulled ahead of North Olmsted 30-10. Now Rocky River in a close one with Manchester leading that game 14-7. Uniontown Lake up 21-7 as the Rangers get a touchdown in that game to pull within 2 scores. Mayfield 55, Elyria 10. The Wildcats all over Elyria in that game. Amherst is pulled away from Sandusky leading 35-16. A basketball score, University, the Preppers beat the Brookside Cardinals 64-42. Toledo Central Catholic is shutting out Trotwood Madison right now, 20-0. Canton McKinley all over Warren Harding, 26-0. Clearview beating Shaw at the moment, 22-14. Columbia all over Independence tonight, 49-7. Western Reserve beating Wellington, 32-7. And shout out to Wellington for allowing those Oberlin kids to come over and play with their team this year. Elyria Catholic all over Lutheran West, 47-6. Johnstown beating Vermilion, 26-14. St. Ed's and Olentangy Liberty, 2 juggernauts in Division 1. Eds is up in that game late in the fourth quarter, 15-12. Massillon has gotten a touchdown, and they're leading Glenville in the third quarter, 24-12. Benedictine beating Gilmore right now, 24-14. St. Joe's and Perkins in a close one there, 21-20. The Vikings are in the lead there. And Fremont Ross up just by 1 point against Tiffin Columbian, 22-21.
Boom. Chad Meyer, like you've done it before. The out-of-town scoreboard, and again, the final score here, 34-0. Walsh Jesuit over Highland. That is going to do it for us here from North Gateway Tire Field. This has been the Mallard Creek Golf Club post-game show brought to you by Mallard Creek Golf Club. Our last order of business, just to give out our thank yous, and then we are getting out of here first. Big thank you to the good folks here at Highland Schools, Jonathan Bailey, the athletic director, Mike Gibbons, the head football coach, and the rest of the crew here setting us up. We actually had an outdoor seat today, and it was great. Weather was great. Perfect setup, so big shout out to the folks here at Highland. Always a good time to call a game here at North Gateway Tire Field. Big shout out from Chad and I to our friends here that were hanging out with us, Zach Sprague running the camera, and our good buddy Jared Kozar engineering, getting things going on the YouTube channel. Shout out to you guys, appreciate you. And last but not least, second to last but not least, our sponsors. Big shout out to all of our sponsors tonight. Network Land Title Agency, providing real estate title insurance and escrow services across Ohio. Nick Abraham Buick GMC and Nick Abraham Elyria Ford at Route 57 and East Broad Street in Elyria. Lorain County Community College, real education for good jobs. Stewart's TV and Appliance at 468 Cleveland Street in Elyria. Mallard Creek Golf Club on Route 82 in Columbia Station. If you find my ball, if you could return it to me, that'd be great. Mike Bass Ford at I-90 and Detroit Exit 148. A great deal and a great deal more. Jay's Auto Place, serving the Wadsworth community with quality, honesty, and care. And EcoTree Services, your complete tree care company. Our last thank you, but not least, goes out to all of you. If you watched us tonight on the YouTube channel, we appreciate you. We hope you enjoyed watching. We hope you enjoyed listening. And remember, you can catch the Medina County games on YouTube, on the Chronicle Telegram page, all season long. This is just week one, and we got a lot to go. So we appreciate you, and we appreciate your support. We will see you next week right here on the Medina County matchup. Until then, I'm here with Chad Meyer, Jared Kozar, Zach Sprague. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Cheers, everybody.